The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
We are live. No big intro tonight, nothing. It's just me and Walrus hanging out. Shark's computer decided to USB power hub everything and fry the whole system about 2 hours ago. So shout out to Shark. We miss you. Hope it didn't fry everything. 8-Ball was going to join, but we haven't heard from him. So who knows? It's 8-Ball. So when he shows up, it's worth it. When he doesn't show up, we carry on. That's just how it kind of goes.
Here we are.
So it's been about 3 weeks, people. We're sorry that it took us a little bit longer to hop back in. We kind of, two of us ended up getting sick as crap, probably due to lack of sleep and overworked hours last week. And didn't think any of y'all would want to see us in a very non-laughing, non-fun mood and snotting all over the fucking place. So we decided we'd kick it to this week. And
I think that would have been funny.
Man, the way I was feeling, dude, I was literally, you would have thought I hadn't slept for 2 weeks. I was so much in a fucking fog. I don't know how the hell I did not wreck my car driving, because those last 2 days was bad. Plus, really nothing happened. We had Thanksgiving came through, and it really wasn't. It was really kind of quiet, other than Stranger Things finally coming back and being. It ain't bad, in my opinion. I've watched all the episodes so far. It's okay. I mean, really, it's kind of hard to follow the first and second season. It really is. But yeah, so we're basically going to be running us two today. We got quite a few things to catch up on.
Hey, welcome back, Entity.
Hey, Entity, what's going on, man? What we got here? Did y'all know ID verification bills have been going through Congress right now, COSA and the Screen Act? And yeah, there's a whole lot of fuckery going on. And then I know internationally, UK just did the whole, we're going to ban everybody what is under 16 from being able to have social media. I don't really think that's a bad thing, but I don't think it should be the government doing it. That should have been parents, waking up and saying, hey, we probably shouldn't be fucking doing this shit. Or letting our kids have that much freedom. But let's face it, everybody's been doing the electronic parent for like over a decade now. So,
I mean, parents can't say no anymore.
Oh, well, they never could say no. Even my generation was that whole thing started. And then the gentle parenting, which actually was a good thing, got twisted into basically neglectful, negligent parenting. So, but yeah, no, Entity, we are definitely I'm keeping an eye on that. I know Shark's following up on that too. So we got quite a few things we're going to get into this show. We're going to go through our little roundup and talk about our new subs and new comments that are coming through on the show. We're going to do a quick IAE Round-up because that just happened in Star Citizen, and the patch 4.5, or as I like to call it, the New Hope, has a whole lot of crazy stuff, including a bombshell that they just dropped 2 days ago out of nowhere that every fucking creator that's got a headset is enjoying. So that guy gives you a clue right there. We're going to go bring back our content creator spotlight round. We've got one person that we kind of gave some credit to on the last episode that we're going to get a good shout out to. And we got quite a few things to get into. So we're going to start off right now with giving some thanks out there. Let me get over here. So since our last show, I want to say thank you to Kevin Gormans, Christopher Oakley, Zalgo Trash, a.k.a. Space Gaga. The next one, I am sorry if I butcher your first name. When it comes to Japanese names, I'm good at last names. First names, I'm hit or miss. So, Haruyuhi, I can't read it right now. Suzumiya, thank you for joining in as being a new subscribers. We got Gold Oil and Diamonds also joined. And yesterday, we actually had J. Ortega 61924 subscribe. Thank you very much. We appreciate your subscriptions. There's our Discord link is in the channel and also in all the video descriptions. Feel free to join. We'd love to hear from you guys. Love to see the comments. Love to interact with everybody. We've got quite a few comments that kind of came through on some of the stuff. Broken Nine Arrow, shout out some love for Python on Shark's Tech thing. Him and I were talking about that before his PC decided to take a shitter. He was laughing and said, thank you very much. He will give you a personal shout out the next show he's on, since my knowledge of Python is very slim. I build shit. I don't code shit. Let's just put it that way. I can build you a PC. The coding end of it, I leave up to other fucking people. Vulgar Display of Power. By the way, love the name. If you can't tell, Dimebag Darrell's on my hand. There's a long story behind that one. Knew the family. Did security for them for a long time. They were good people. Very, very shitty time when I heard that what happened to him and his brother and all that mess. He said it's on Fallout 4 and it's excellent. That was doing to the London mod. So yes, the London mod is on Fallout 4. So I was a little wrong. It wasn't a New Vegas. It's basically a revamping and recoding of 4. So if you have 4 and you haven't patched it up to the latest, check out Fallout London. It's pretty badass. Let's see here. Got a few other people that kind of shouted out. So thank you so much for your comments. Somebody commented just a simple thing on our Perseus short, which was big guns go burr.
They do.
Actually, they don't. The Perseus don't go burr. They go boom, 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 boom with a big explosion on the end. As I found out when sharks started firing it in my fucking hangar.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, we wonder why the whole server's lagging because he's sitting here firing off big guns.
He's trying to take out the station, dude.
Yeah, like
he's like, I'm not going through the hole you made for me. I'm making my own exit.
My mouse decided to freeze there. Yay, lovely technology. All right, so a few things kind of popped up over the last 2 weeks. We had a few interesting trailers drop thanks to the Game Awards. So we're going to hop into the first one of those right now, which is... No, we need this one. We give y'all some bigger screen to watch. Cyberpunk 2077's 5th anniversary. I love me Cyberpunk, so...
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
If you could go back to the beginning, what would you try to change?
Well, dude, the theories alone that people have come up with, like, is V still alive? Is this... Because each ending leads you in a different direction, especially once Phantom Liberty dropped.
Who would you try to save?
I mean, just the whole world that they created for this. I mean, it's impressive.
Well, the only thing that hurt it was the launch. They tried to rush it out, and for a lot of people, it was buggy and glitchy as hell. But once they kicked their butts and started releasing and fixing it, yeah, this thing was, it's an awesome fucking game. It is my go-to again and again single-player game when I want to just go into something single-player and have fun. And the latest patch update, the graphics, the latest graphics update, holy shit. Like, if you have a system that can handle all the ray tracing you can do, it literally damn near looks like real world.
Joy Toys, Rocker Boys. A city of legends.
Yeah, Entity. So that I agree with because, yeah, it kind of, I knew they were going to add some of the Edge Runner stuff in there. But it blew my mind, one, how much stuff they did throw in there, how much Easter eggs, and then the fact that now all the radio stations play the song. And just think, we got what, later this 2026, we've got the
season 2.
Season 2, and we still don't know what direction or time frame that's going to be.
Or even to stay alive.
And I know people heard me say it again and again, but I want to see Ray Spartmoss's story. I want to see the creation of the Black Hole.
Hey, that'll be fun.
Oh, big shout out to what is it? Comics from Friday Night Tights on last show Friday night for Friday Night Tights.
Yeah,
I have been validated. How long have I been saying that my analogy for Avatar is Fern Gully in space?
I don't know, probably for the past 3 months.
He used the same damn one. I was driving and I heard him say, I'm like, Did the motherfucker hear me say it?
Well, it's because he saw our stream. He knew about it. He saw you talk about it.
Oh, come on. Fuck you. I got autoplay off. Fucking YouTube.
These are not the droids you were looking for.
What do you say? I did get the game when it launched, but I refunded it because of how buggy it was. But now on Xbox, it's super playable. You're right, and it's weird. It was extremely buggy for consoles when it released. And for PC, it was hit or miss. See, I never, oddly enough, experienced any of the major glitches. I had a few crashes every once in a while. But all the glitches that people were showing on their videos or anything, I didn't see any of that. And it was kind of weird. I guess I just lucked out or got a copy that I just, lucked out and didn't have to go through any of that stuff.
See, I waited a few months after release to get it because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be an early adopter. I really want to play it. I really want this game. But as with all real good games, all groundbreaking games, there's going to be some issues. So I waited a couple months, jumped into it, had much less issues. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm probably going to buy it again for PS5 to have in the theater.
No, it's dude, it's such a good game, and I can't wait till I am so excited to see what the hell Orion is going to be. Like, I want to know what time frame Orion and Night City's legacy is it going to be? Are we going to be after V? Are we going to be before V? I mean, are we going to be a continuation of V? Considering one of the endings, it's a possibility that
What,
the ending goes away
or something.
Well, no, the ending goes with V not having any more abilities. Like, he wakes up after a 2-year coma, and somehow after 2 years, when he magically wakes up, Idris Elba's character is waiting right there. So you just happen to be there on the day he wakes up after 2 years,
Yeah,
and then tells him he can't have any major implants. All of his massive cybernetic wear is gone, and he can't use any of it. Yet when you visit Vic and Vic looks you over, Vic makes it sound like somebody remotely installed something to turn you off. So I have a feeling, hopefully, maybe Project Orion is going to be them reactivating. I think they turned V off to use him as an asset, or her as an asset.
That's a very interesting take.
Yeah, I was watching a video the other day where the guy kind of broke it down. I had a feeling that might be where that ending leads. But when he replayed the part where you talk to Vic, I had forgotten about that. And yeah, the minute you hear what Vic says, it kind of just starts the ball rolling. What did Andy put here? Also, have y'all played any of the Yes. I played 1 and part of 2. And yeah, that bundle for $5 is well worth it. Those games do have a good amount of replayability. And when the first one came out, it was like Crisis. There were systems that were crashing because they couldn't handle it. I mean, those were
good games. That might be the case with the new release.
Who knows? So next one we got right here is Fate of the Old Republic, or KOTOR 3.
Let's go. So excited for this.
I just love the fact that it's the people that did the last 2.
Yeah, it's like everybody from it. Like,
I know.
Same director, same producers. Yeah. Like, they're not going to let this get fucked.
Mm-hmm. As much as Ahsoka, the first season, since it's being Star Wars, since as much as Ahsoka the first season was, kind of mid.
I mean, that right there looks so good.
Oh, yeah, no. Everything, the rain effects, all of this, the steam, it's perfect. So, rumor is, and it hasn't been confirmed, but there's enough of what led to the rumor to make it believable, that Ahsoka 2, we might see Sam Witwer as Galen Malik as the Mortis God.
Oh. Let's go.
Dude, I've been wanting to see him as a live action version of Starkiller forever. God, the graphics. But then again, you think about it, the original Knights of the Old Republic games, the cutscenes were ahead of their time when they were done.
They were.
Like, I mean, you even watch them now,
they were movies.
Good. Well, even now, you watch the people that have compiled them all together to make movies out of it. It's amazing. It's damn good. What the fuck is with YouTube?
My brother and I, we were playing the second one, to actually get through it. Because as much as I love the series and love the game, it was a little too early for me to be playing it, just because I didn't understand a lot of the mechanics when I played it. But as I approached it, 20 years later, now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is why I didn't, enjoy this or that. And it's been a great nostalgia trip going down that drive. So
now,
we're
it's one of
almost
those
done
that before that gets it, when they finally announce the release date of that, I will probably play the first two leading up to it again.
Yeah.
To do it. Because
I've been following the rumor mill for the past couple of years, and so I'm like, I think we're getting really close. We need to play this second one, man. Like we need to fucking play it because something's gonna happen. And sure enough.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy things happening, this segment's right into our next section here, which is IAE just finished in the verse, and we jumped right into Luminalia, which is the big Christmas celebration, which if you play Star Citizen, make sure you log into your account, go to the RSI website, click right here, and if I'm still logged in right now, which I'm not, God damn it, you basically click these and you get free shit.
Woo, free shit. We all like free shit, boys.
So yeah, like you're going to watch me do right here. You go down, I've already gotten these. So for the 4th day, click it, and I get free paints. And all of these are always themed to this season, and it's stuff. So you get 13 days of getting free shit. So for those of y'all that say you always got to pay to get shit in Star Citizen, there you go. Free shit. But to go back to what we wanted to start in, IAE just finished. We've had quite a few ships that dropped in. For everybody that normal plays, 4.4 Nyx, dropped in. That's weird. Why is the screen like opposite of what I'm showing?
I don't know.
Like I'm looking at the alpha 4.4. Oh, share this tab instead. That would be why. Duh. Okay. Let's restart here. Okay.
Where's Shark? Let's bring him back.
Well, no, he was the one always doing this all the time.
I know.
It's funny. It keeps loading. So Luminalia, you get free shit. Click the cards, you get free shit. 4.4 Nyx dropped. It's playable for everybody to go in and have fun in. We were trying the other day, but we just luckily jumped into the same server twice. That was dog shit. And then the third one is even worse. So it happens. But I know many people that have been playing it and having good luck. You had the Gray Cat MDC, which is basically a Gray Cat with a point defense weapons that are interchangeable with different point defense weapons that you can basically, like it shows right here, you can drive around and it'll shoot shit for you, or you can park it, activate it, and it does a perimeter zone, which basically is going to make Jumptown an even worse living hellhole to try to get into. The Alpha Wolf dropped. I flew mine. It is fast. It is fun. I love it. It doesn't have the stupid fucking fin on the fucking bottom of it that the first one had. The Drake Clipper dropped, which has become everybody's fucking favorite ship now. It is basically if Han Solo was in Star Citizen, this would be his ship.
Yeah, I agree.
Even has a hidey hole for Chewie. The Drake Golem OX. If you love mining, if you love hauling shit, if you love just being that space hauler, mover, fucker dude that doesn't want to have to deal with a whole bunch of bullshit, the Golem, it's a ship for you. You have the ship I waited ever since the concept idea was ever shown. The Perseus is finally there. I finally got to load mine up, see it. We did not fly it because, yeah, as the way that server was operating, we probably would have blown up just leaving the fucking hangar if the doors had ever
opened. I mean, if Shark had anything to do about it, he was trying to blow us up in the hangar.
Jesus. Love the guy to death. There are sometimes where you're like, you just want to reach through the screen and be like, so... Then you got the RSI Salvation, which is that's the mining one, right?
I think so.
No, it's not a mining. It's a salvage.
Salvage. Oh yeah, it says it right there. We're done.
Yeah. And then of course that'll hop into the new player guide. So the big news right now in Star Citizen is in patch 4.5, which is in the persistent test universe. They just dropped VR capabilities for Star Citizen. And so far, if you go on right now to YouTube or Twitch or whatever you watch to watch your streamers, everybody and their brother that has a freaking headset is playing on it right now. And I ain't gonna lie, it looks fun as hell. Like, I am shocked that that's how that they dropped it, and they didn't tell anybody. It wasn't brought up at IE. It wasn't brought up at the Digital Citizen Con. It was like one of those that the developers were just for once quiet, and then all of a sudden, hey, we VR. And, the community was like, when? Plug it in, dipshit, it's working. And their brother had been on it. And yeah, from the videos I've watched,
it's like the old school Apple when they would make an announcement, they kept really hush hush, and they're just like, "Hey, so it's in stores now. Go have fun, y'all."
Yep, it looks fun, but at the same time, I'm also thinking it's like they were just watching a few of the guys, watching through their eyes of them using it, and literally, I'm just like, okay, I'm getting seasick, guy. Quit moving your fucking head. It's like, if you're in it, it's okay. Watching them play it, sometimes it's kind of like,
I see it being really good for like when you're inside the ship and you're doing crew and stuff like that. Like, I see that being actually very useful as opposed to a 2D screen.
No, if you are especially like doing engineering or something where you're needing to see around you quickly if there's fire and shit like that. If you're in a first-person shooter environment, yeah. If you're in a turret, fuck yeah. Pilot-wise, if it's a small single-seater ship, like a fighter.
Yeah, like if it's a fighter where you've got the cockpit where you've got the 270-degree view or whatever, and you can actually look up over your shoulder.
Yep.
Then yeah.
But on the bigger ships, I personally don't see for a pilot, I think it'd be overwhelming. I think
I agree.
You get lost with trying to look too much around you, and now you're trying to navigate something big. I could see it having its benefits, and I could see it having its downsides. But it is just cool that this is the first time in a long time that they've dropped something like that without letting people know ahead of time, without really putting much out there into the verse about it. VR and a parasite fighter would look cool.
Yeah, and like some of those really alien-like ships. I can see that.
Oh, yeah, especially the
Vandal.
Yeah, the new one, because remember how you saw it, you load into it and then you get in the King and then it leads you forward into the cockpit?
Yeah.
That
could be kind of freaky. That animation. I can see that kind of fucking with you. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, but like things are different when you get into VR.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I cannot see these people how they play as long as they do.
Like, it's one of those you got to get used to it. I used to be like religiously playing VR games. Shout out to Zenith the Last City, Ramen VR. You guys are awesome.
The one I love, the only one I played a little bit because I had the VR headset for PlayStation.
Yeah. The 1 or 2?
I think it was the last one before the current iteration.
Okay, so 1.
Yeah. And one of the best games I loved playing was this. It was a detective noir. It was a Batman game.
Yep.
And the first time I played it, I was at my friend's tattoo studio. And you start out and you're on this rooftop and you're just looking around in the rain. Like, he didn't tell me what the game was. So I load in. And I'm just looking around and the rain's coming down. I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool. And then he goes, walk to the edge. So I start walking over the edge. And then I look down off of the building. You realize you're like 16 stories up. And even the vertigo, you're like, oh, fuck. And then as I'm looking down, I look down at myself and I literally went, go figure I'm wearing the shirt right now. I looked down and went, holy fucking Batman. Because you can see the suit. But it was a good game. But you're right. It takes a while to get used to it. And Shark had the meta for a while, or not the meta,
the Quest.
The Quest. Yeah. Before it became meta.
Yep.
And he had a game where it was a shooter like with guns, and it wasn't a first person shooter game. It was more of just like a fake range, fake Hogan's Alley type thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. Like it just fucking gave me a fucking migraine.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, is that whole migraine thing. Like you guys, it's one of those things you just got to spend more and more time in, and it sucks. It's like, okay, cool, I play 10 minutes. Then it's like,
oh, okay,
I play 13 minutes, and you keep going until it's just like you can play for however long you want.
Yeah. So you're talking about the little Kruger fighter entity, the little snub nose that's attached to all the Connies. Yeah, no, that would be a fun ship, but that's what we were talking about. Like if it's a single-seater fighter with a full open canopy, that's where definitely, I mean, already right now, if you have an eye tracker, like Avenger 1, all the top fighter pilots in the game use an eye tracker, and you can see in their videos all instantly after watching their video for like 5 seconds how much of an advantage it gives them. Because, you know, they got the ship moving this way, and they're already looking over here at what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
So, yeah, VR would just amplify that. I mean, because now you're, you know, you can free look everywhere, and you're not.
I mean, that's how
you're
I
not
played
restricted
DCS.
by what your screen is.
That's how I played DCS. I was the backseater because my brother would actually be the pilot. You know, so I could do all the weapons and shit like that. And, you know, I was always moving around, looking out of the cockpit, being in, looking at my weapon systems. And it was such an advantage to a 2D screen. It was awesome.
Nice. Oh, real quick, I got try and keep track of things here by myself is a little fun. But yeah, I'm loving the videos of the people that are showing. It looks like it's a blast. I don't have money right now for anything like that. As people can see in the background, I finally got that guy back, which took a while. That was some massive driver issues, and then it took. What did Miguel say? Shout out to Miguel at Noir PCs. Dude's a badass. Little bit of history. The guy worked for Titan Rig as their main builder, worked for EK until EK fucked everybody over. Wow. And now I forgot which company he works for, but it's a company that makes AIO coolers and stuff. And I think he just got back from China. They had the big show out there that he had to go to. He had to go to the headquarters. And so basically the company he works for is the first company that made an all-in-one cooler that has a full wraparound LCD screen on it, on the pump head.
Oh, I have seen those.
Yeah. They're nice.
Yeah,
like, he was showing me a few of them at his house when I went to pick up. But yeah, it took I think 6 full flushes to get all the red out of that fucker.
Oh.
Like the red you're seeing is the graphics card. The fluid I went with clear now because trust me, people, if you have a water-cooled PC, the dyes look great, but they don't last as long. After a year, you're supposed to flush it every year. It just gunks into fucking everything, no matter what it is. And anything that has graphene, like they have that cool one that it looks like liquid oil moving, don't. Those are for show PCs. Up. That's for literally running at a show and then you flush it the fuck out. No matter what those companies say, it is not meant to keep it in there. It will gum shit up.
I used to have a custom loop and I was horrible at flushing it and changing it out. Basically, I would refill it when I started hearing the gurgle. And that's, yeah, I was mean to that thing. Like if that thing comes sentient and comes after me, I wouldn't blame it. Like I did horrible things to it. But eventually I got rid of it and went to an all-in-one.
Really, the all-in-ones, like the benefit of a closed loop, custom loop is you will not get any level of, there's nothing that can beat the cooling that it can do. And for as quiet as it is. AIOs, all-in-ones when they first came out were hit or miss. A lot of them didn't last. The pumps would fail. Now, though, the ones that are out there, shit, I've had the one in the streaming PC since I built it. That's 2 years now. Never had a fucking issue with it.
Yeah.
It's not as quiet as this guy, but it still works. And I mean, hell, if you want to go all-in-one double, they make certain models of the graphics cards that already come water-cooled with their own AIOs attached to them. So you can run an AIO on your PC in the front and an AIO for it on the top or on the bottom, however you want to run them now. I mean,
it's like now the only maintenance you have to do is just make sure there's not dust and Cheeto dust in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Or if you're one of these dumb motherfuckers that vapes in the room you're in, you do not want to know how sticky that shit is inside a PC.
Oh.
Yeah. I've seen PCs that you would have thought the person dunked it in maple fucking syrup because it was in a room with somebody that vaped for like 3 fucking years and they never cleaned it. Like, I could not believe the fans could still turn.
I used to work for one of the fire departments and do an IT for them. And I had to go maintenance all of their different computers. And well, the only thing about firefighters and, you know, first responders and all that, they like their different forms of nicotine and caffeine. And definitely at the time, it was they were definitely smoking a lot, and those were nasty ass computers.
Yeah, no, thank you. On that note, though, we're gonna hop in. We haven't done a content creator shout out in a while. So last episode we got on a ball rolling about talking about Fallout and the different Fallout mods and Bethesda in general and all the shit coming out since Fallout 2 Season 2 is going to be hitting us soon. In fact, it's coming up like what?
Very quick.
15th or I want to say it's like within a week that it
drops.
I
think it is within a week.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be before Christmas.
Yeah. And I know that they're releasing it at a midpoint, so that way they were in no way interfering with the second drop for Stranger Things, because that's going to be Christmas Day, and then the end on New Year's. So yeah, we basically got we're gonna do our first content creator spotlight in a while. All right, so since I brought up Fallout on the last show, we kind of discussed it. I was talking about a great channel that does some amazing deep dives and lore, and just has a great presentation, in my opinion, all around. Content creator is that person in it, and their name is Oxhorn. Again, everything you see in our show, after the show, I will be adding all of the links in the description to find all of these people's, all these videos, all these sites. Feel free to check them out and give some love. In fact, I'm going to subscribe to them on our podcast channel right now, because I am subscribed on my normal one, just not on the podcast one till now. But yeah, the gentleman just does a great job, has a in my opinion, a wonderful dark sense of humor. I mean, you kind of have to when you're talking about shit as fucked up as Fallout in general, and just has great delivery. So we'll give it a few seconds of just kind of hearing him.
Cooper Howard, who before the bombs dropped is a man of loyalty and integrity, and the Ghoul, who after the bombs dropped is filled with cynicism and a complete lack of respect for human life.
So see, just very simple, calm, fun delivery. And man, there are some things like I religiously played every one of these games, like to the point of like trying to complete as much as possible. And there is shit that he comes up with in the lore that I'm like, how did I miss that? Like, I know I read that fucking screen, those logs. It's like, how did I not catch what this guy just brought up? There's a lot that he has brought up, especially in some of the new patches and updates, like the new Ghoul mod that was added to 76, and the Fallout 4 expansion now has the Cooper Howard character in there, and you can do bounties for him and earn like his gun and shit. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like his breakdown here on the Enclave is incredible. But yeah, definitely if you love Fallout and you want to know more about some of the stuff, some of the history and the lore, go ahead and check out Oxhorn. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Like I said, I love watching his videos all the time. So especially if you're do a lot of driving or anything, you just want to hear what he has to say. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah, I definitely have to check this guy out. I haven't come across him really other than what we've talked about here. So sounds like it'll be a good watch.
No, it is. It's a good, solid watch. So what were you sending there in the chat about? So right now, anybody on YouTube, are you actually seeing us in full form, or are you seeing the vertical only? Because we're trying something new here in StreamYards, and it's supposed to be doing a split stream to both. So I'm kind of curious if that's actually happening.
Yeah, hopefully we're showing up in your shorts live, and then we also show up in see, we're showing up vertical.
Well, let me take a look here. Nope, it shows both. Like it's showing right now under content, both.
Yeah, but are you watching? Did you see the actual what's output?
Oh, that's what I'm taking a look at right now. Give us just a second here, people. I just want to check to see what what's actually going on here. So I'm going to take a look at this one. So that one's in vertical. Let's look at the other one. No, the second one's in full. So we're actually doing 2 streams at one time. The same. I didn't. That's weird.
Okay.
I didn't know you could actually do 2 streams.
So
at
maybe
one
that's
time
what
to the
we're
same
doing.
channel.
Is that we just selected? You select one or the other.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think if the YouTube shit's working the way it's supposed to, it's going to shoot one over to, if you're on mobile, it's going to do the automatic vertical format. And then I guess if you're on desktop, it's going to do. So Entity, yeah, you're saying it's vertical. Yeah. Are you watching on your phone or are you on PC right now, Entity? I'm kind of curious because if you're on phone, I think it's going to auto send you to the vertical one,
Yeah,
which is what it's
hopefully it
supposed to do, because then you're seeing everything kind of in that format. Like I said, this is something new. He's on a phone. Okay, cool. Well, that's interesting, man. Like I said, this is something new. It was something StreamYard just did in a download. Like it was just the last update that you were able to do. Like what I see, like what we're seeing is we're seeing the full screen right here, and then the little vertical cutout. So I'm just kind of curious to see how it shows. See if it works. If it doesn't, next time I'm just gonna go to the normal thing, and people can just tilt their shit if they want to. You know.
Yeah, but we also want to get into the shorts as well. You know, so we get live.
Well, I've been doing the shorts, just not live. The shorts I've been doing is the Opus Clip thing, which I like the integration of Opus Clip. Its editing sometimes is kind of dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Like since we have a moving background, it wants to separate that out. Like if I do the layout to where we're like this, it wants to put the damn
there.
cup as, oh, that must be the focal point of what they're talking about. It's like, no, stupid, it's there all the time. So
that's good. If you've got any ideas for better systems to doing those clips, let us know.
Yeah, please, because if I had time to edit them, I would do it myself. Yeah. Right now, with my life, you know, maybe if I could like win a little bit of extra scratch in the lotto, I can like do this full time and not have to do the other job, which would be kind of nice. But right now, I don't have that. However, though, I can make you one promise right now: if I hit the big one tonight, I already know the first phone call I'm making. Well, second.
It's not to me.
First phone call is going to be to the lawyer, being like, "You need to get the trust going. We need to get this shit set up, and we're cashing it in next year, so it's on the different tax bracket." That's the first phone call. The second phone call is, "Hey, dudes, tell Matt Carricker I'm buying the ranch since it's up for sale."
That's true.
I'd buy the whole damn thing, and I'd literally tell them, "Y'all can have range day and use it anytime you want for free. Have fun, guys."
We just get to show up.
Well, of course you get to show up. You're there. It'd be kind of a dick move. You can't show up. It's on your property. Well, get the fuck off. We got a lot of guns.
Okay. Me.
Yeah.
I get to show.
Yeah. All right. So next big topic that kind of happened in the last 2 weeks is D&D RIP. We're going to watch a quick little video here.
Say it's not
from Dungeons and Discourse. That I'm not really going to show the video because the audio is going to like tag us. But basically, to sum it all up, in the last couple of months, Wizards of the Coast has lost all 5 of their largest content creators. From Critical Role to, let's see, I'm trying to think, who were the guys here?
Well, I mean, Critical Role's like the big one. It's the one that I know is not a D&D player.
So they lost Critical Role was the first ones that they lost. But I'm trying to see. Let me see if she'll mention it here in a second. Let's see.
You said you're showing the video or no?
Hold on. All right, so I wanted to get it to the point. Sorry about that, people. Trying to do this without the other person that normally does it. It's been a while. All right, let's see here. So here we go.
games at it, go to panels. I think they give board games to orphans. But PAX Unplugged is also used as a launch pad for news. And this year's PAX Unplugged was a big one because something happened this year that I never thought I'd see before. And I've seen a grown man eat an entire wedding cake alone. But this one takes the cake because at PAX Unplugged this year, one of the biggest, oldest, and most famous Dungeons & Dragons actual play shows announced that they are officially dropping Dungeons & Dragons. They're leaving. They're not going forward with the new edition, and instead they're moving to Daggerheart, D&D's newest, biggest competition. The one
I've heard about this
by Critical Role.
It was created by
you've
Critical
heard
Role.
of this actual play show before because everyone has. Their Acquisitions Incorporated, the penny arcade D&D comedy campaign that even has its own Dungeons & Dragons books. This was one of the
so
first
Critical Role was one of the first large ones to hop out. Now these guys hop out, and when I was researching, I found out that 3 more have already left. So basically the top 5 that they had that have been doing this from day one of the channel's inceptions have all gone to, what is it, Daggerheart? Or Daggerheart. Daggerheart.
Dang.
So basically, Wizards of the Coast fucked around and found out.
I blame Baldur's Gate.
You made your game lame and people left. I'm not going to say the whole lame and whatever because I don't really like using the other word. I've never understood why that's a derogatory term.
I don't know.
Because I ain't going to lie. I know some coked up twinks that'll fuck anybody up. But yeah, that raises the question. Is D&D going to survive? How can it survive? I mean, you were already kind of on that unknown level to life support because the only thing keeping it alive was people that have been playing it forever.
That was their only exposure. And now that you've got all these other options that are now in the 21st century that are showing the advancements.
And the stupidest thing was to lose Critical Role. Because by losing them, you now don't have their live action gameplay. And now you know every cartoon that comes after the Mighty Nine and all those is going to be based in their world.
Yep.
So yeah, D&D, I do not see D&D surviving much longer. Especially, I want to get a copy of the rule books and everything for their game just to see the difference. Because a lot of the complaints people have been saying for D&D, they fixed in theirs. I don't foresee why anybody would switch. I mean, I have never been loyal to D&D as D&D. I've been a fan of just that type of role-playing and tabletop game playing forever, no matter what it was, all the way back to, White Wolf and the Masquerade. So it all just comes down to what keeps people playing is it still fun? Are the rules, are the things you're adding in evolving it and continuing that level of excitement? And sadly, Wizard of the Coast, the last 2 iterations have pissed off so many fucking people. Like, I haven't even read the most recent one. I've just read like the Cliff Notes. And the Cliff Notes, I'm just sitting here going like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, D&D is no longer at the table to be making the decisions. They're sitting at the kids' table just being like, hey, we're an afterthought. We're here at the party.
Well,
but
the only thing that gave them a resurgence was the fact that Stranger Things talked about him again. The Hellfire Club. The kids played D&D, and all the monsters in Stranger Things are named after and loosely based off of D&D monsters. So that got the public zeitgeist wondering what it was all about again. So for them to drop the ball at this time is literally like, I'm foreseeing like 5 years, this is going to be something taught in marketing classes of how to fucking IP.
Well, I mean, I think it started with the D&D movie. Don't get me wrong. From a pure entertainment standpoint, I enjoyed it. But when you actually started picking it apart, you're like, oh, okay, well, that was dumb. That was dumb. Oh, why do you do that?
It was D&D movie for normies.
Right.
It was dumbed down for normies. But still, it was way better than the movie that came out in the fucking 70s that nobody wants to talk about because it was an atrocious piece of shit. Like, really a high-level piece of shit. But yeah, we'll wait to see. I don't think it will survive It will survive because you'll have your diehard people that have so much money and so much shit invested, they'll never give up on it. But I do not foresee any of the new additions moving forward, people buying them. People will continue to play the last one they liked and fuck all the new shit. They will create their own continuations.
Or they'll retcon the stuff that they had for D&D into their new whatever.
And I would
they've
not
got
be
going
shocked
on.
if that's what Critical Role's Daggerheart allows you to do. I would not be shocked. Because them spending so many years as they did being D&D centric.
Yes.
Who wants to get rid of a character that you had for that long?
Who wants to get rid of the character? Who wants to get rid of, I mean, let's just talk about the scenery and the other stuff, like the accoutrement you get to go into that. Like, if you don't have a way to use the stuff that you've already spent lots of money, because let's face it, it's an expensive hobby once you get really into it.
That's
when you get really into it. I mean, you can show
Joe
up.
Maglione bought an entire house just to have a room.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, your normie can show up with his character sheet and like not know what's going on and join in. It's easy on that aspect. You know, you don't have to have the sunk costs, but once you really get into it, there is a lot to it. It's not 40K bad, but it's pretty bad.
Dude, I know people that lost marriages due to that game.
Yeah.
Because the money they would spend on all that shit. My God.
Dude, I just wonder what happened to the relationships of the people that were in that EVE Online large battle. What the hell happened to them when they lost the mortgage on their house?
Oh, yeah. Well, on the sour note of possibly the ending of D&D, we're going to hit with a little bit of a somber note again, because sadly, I was supposed to do this in the 2-week review, and we got on a roll and kind of lost it. We did lose a few people, some great actors in the last 3 weeks. So I'm going to roll an in memoriam for the three most of note that we've lost recently, and then roll right into For the Lulz, because we're all going to need a laugh after all this somber shit. So here is our 30-second in memoriam of the 3 we lost. Yeah, it was crazy that you get 3 people in a row within a 3-week period, and Peter Green was literally just yesterday.
Yeah,
that dropped.
I didn't know he was only 60.
Yeah, he was not at the age of the other 2, but all 3 of those men played. You may have not even known their names, but the minute you see their faces, you remember the roles they played.
Yep.
It's just crazy, man. That it kind of sucks getting, as you get older, you start losing all these people. And sadly, I ain't seen a whole lot in Hollywood to replace a lot of these people we've lost. The newer crop of actors, I'm just kind of like, yeah, you're one-hit wonders. Or they open their mouths and you realize, Zegler, that they're just egotistical, narcissistic asshats that from a marketing standpoint are unmarketable.
You get them outside of that acting realm and then start showcasing some of their actual personality. Yeah. And it's like, really, like you don't want to connect with their characters because of how they are off camera.
Well, that's where I think social media has ruined the Hollywood image, in the sense that all of the people in Hollywood, for the most part, were probably like that. It's just we only ever got to see them in interviews and at the award shows. We didn't have a window into their mind of when they had downtime, or the main cameras weren't around. And that's what social media does. It opens up the door and you get to see basically, wow, this person's an insufferable asshole. You know,
that's something I've said for years, is that because of social media and the internet in general, but mainly social media, small town problems become national level issues. Yeah. Things that should only ever stay in the small town and shouldn't necessarily have the global reach that it has is what's driving a lot of the issues that we have, regardless of your political views or your viewpoints on things.
Yeah. So before we hop into For the Lulz, we're going to drop into one little bad news that kind of happened. For those of y'all that don't know, the head of YouTube, I won't even say the douchebag's name, but that jackass literally just doubled down and said, YouTube's not just going to use AI. We're going to take the shaft, the balls all the way to the taint. And it's already hitting several creators. One of them being Grantham. This is living proof that YouTube lied. And yeah, all of their moderation is being done by AI now. And multiple people I have talked to, when they said that they've tried to appeal, literally get an automated instant denial. Not the usual, we'll have somebody review it, maybe 24 hours later you get a yay or nay. No, instantly, boom, fuck off. And this all comes down to they want to push their AI slop bullshit on everybody. Because why? Because if they're the ones making it, they're the ones controlling it, they're the ones pushing it, they get to keep all the motherfucking ad revenue for themselves. So yes, even though we're broadcasting on YouTube, let's face it, there ain't many other options. We broadcast on Rumble, but we've got no interaction on Rumble. 300 fucking views, not a one single fucking comment, except for every once in a while some bitch ass bot. My name is blah 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 blah. Call me on Telegraph. I can get you bigger views. It's like, fuck off, you bot ass piece of shit. So I don't understand where the actual human beings are on Rumble, but we have yet to encounter one. Like, I would go for one that literally thumbs down the video and says, you guys suck fucking balls. Because then at least I'd be like, feedback. Look, a person. Right now, it's like, I haven't seen one sign of, human life on that platform on our end.
It's like, I mean, even when we were getting our haters in the comments before, I was excited about those because what? That's interaction.
Weird. Thank you, Entity. We know. I have hope for YouTube because when the YouTube started and up until, just the last 6 years, it was a great platform. It had so much shit. And there are still so many great creators and so many people on here. I'm just terrified that the leadership, if they want to sit there and keep doubling down on this shit, they're going to chase everybody away. And it's going to end up being basically online content is going to end up like streaming. You're going to have multiple maps just to watch the different fucking people you want to watch. And that kind of sucks. Especially considering that everybody's TOSs are so different. Everybody's changes are so different. So yeah, Grant got several of his videos removed. We don't know if he tried the appeal process or anything. And yeah, if you basically watch Penguin Zero, any of the major creators, even people in the political sphere like the Quartering and people like that, all of them have videos out right now talking about just channels upon channels. Some channels getting their entire channel wiped with no fucking explanation, all because this AI is dumber than dog shit.
I mean, we've reached on that or touched on that on previous episodes that we've done.
Well, we have, but at that time, YouTube was adamant about we don't use it for that. We don't use it for that. And now this guy just went, oh, AI, and it's in fucking full anarchy mode right now, attacking everything. Yeah. So yeah, if this stream doesn't get shut down, I'll be shocked. But then again, we're so small. So thankfully, I'm kind of like being small because when you're small, you're ignored. The minute you become partnered, then they're like, oh, we can dick you out of your ad revenue and dick you out of your channel, but we'll still make money off of it. Thank you. Right now, they can't. We don't generate any income.
Yeah, we're having fun with this.
Oh, yeah, and that's all I want to do is have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun, interact with the people you wouldn't be able to interact with. I mean,
oh, dude, this is great. Some of the people I watch that I love to watch, I don't see how they can even catch one of the chats that pops up. Because as you're watching their stream, it's 3,500 people watching, half of them responding. There's no fucking way. Like, I know guys that literally spend an entire day after their main show just catching up on the paid chats because there were so goddamn many that they had to dedicate half of another show just to catch up. That to me is too much. To me, that doesn't
too much, but also
it doesn't become fun anymore. Huh?
I mean, it's a good problem to have, but it becomes a business at that point. It's no longer hey, me and Wolf jumping on for a Saturday night to go hang out and bullshit with the boys. It's now, hey, there's money coming from this. We've got to actually.
It's now a job.
Yeah.
So on those somber notes, we're going to hop into our For the Lulz, a funny little segment where shit that comes across our feeds, mainly mine, because I have a lot of downtime sometimes sitting in a car waiting for these clinics to draw blood from a little Mew Mew or a poochie that sometimes takes a while. I'm a medical courier, by the way. Shout out to all the vet clinics in the Hill Country. I know a few of you watch. Why? I don't know, but you do. So here's our segment For the Lulz. All right, here's our first one. Whoever did the edit on that did good.
It was really good.
Made me smile. I liked this one when I saw it. This one was a good one.
That is a good one.
And then, of course, I do have a few holiday ones popped in here. And then there's one really probably going to get you in trouble one if you show it at work. So forewarning to anybody that's watching this, make sure people aren't watching when I get to the last one.
Oh man, that shit was always freaky, man.
Dude, the chips that they put into those, who in their right mind thought of giving something that can learn like that in a fucking toy? You know you fucked up when the Department of Defense has to literally put out a memo to everybody that these fucking things are not allowed in our buildings at all.
Yeah.
Because they remember everything. Dude, my boss bought 2 of those. I was working graveyard shift at a gas station. She bought 2 of those, had them in her office, and didn't tell me. Middle of the goddamn evening, the lights are off outside because I'm closing out the registers, so I have nobody in the building. There's nobody, dead quiet, dark as fuck, and all I hear is, wee, wee, blah, blah, doo, doo. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Where did it come from?
Yeah, let me grab my bat.
Yeah. And then I walk back to her desk, and these 2 little retard things are sitting there talking and chirping to each other. I'm like, what the fuck are those?
Oh, dude, thank goodness they didn't have a whole lot of lights and flashing shit on them.
Dude, I put those things in a trash bag and put them in her desk. That was my limited interaction to Furbies, and all I wanted of an interaction when it came to Furbies.
Still a funny meme.
There you go. I thought this was pretty damn good.
That is pretty good.
It's pretty sad when you do realize that he is wearing Javier Bardem's hairdo, just in a different direction.
Yeah.
Which is funny because in the first season, he had a bowl, like almost a modified bowl, and yeah, it somehow turned into a Valiant. But this one, the Nacho Libre one's fucking hilarious.
Dude, that was
so fucking perfect.
That movie was so much better than we give it credit for. I mean,
you realize that it was actually based off of a real story?
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I heard that recently. I was like, somebody's got to be bullshit. And then they broke it down. I was like, oh, shit, it actually happened. Like, not in the dark course comedy, but the actual story it's based off of. We got the next one coming up. And Shark's not here to witness it.
Oh,
well, he might be watching it.
He may be watching.
He's watching. Hopefully he's laughing. I know he needs a laugh right now.
He does need a laugh.
And there you go.
Oh, I need to save that one. Oh, that one's good.
And then we got our final one, the one that will get you in trouble at work.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave that one up there for too damn long.
Also, on another note, we now have an unnamed B1 over here, and I have not figured out a name for him yet. I'm pretty partial to Droidy McDroidface, but drop down a comment on what you think this guy should be named.
Nice. All right, so we're going to hop into our next segment, the main part of the show, What the Tech. This is our new little segment. I'm going to give us our fun little intro I made the other day.
I like it. That was a good intro. That was fun.
Yeah, I need to redo it, though. I didn't realize the audio on it was that goddamn loud. See, that's a weird thing, man. Okay, StreamYard, or StreamYard. If you're watching StreamYard, make it to where every individual video that's uploaded in the media thing, you can adjust the goddamn volume of it. Because it fixes the volume at whatever it was edited at. So that's why like 2 of the intros are low and the other ones are like, oh, fuck, I'm deaf. Because the program I'm using to do the editing, sometimes it does not sound that loud when I finalize it. Until I put it on here.
You're probably doing it at like a studio level and at those types of volumes.
Well,
and then you drop it in and then it does.
I mean, I'm
horrible.
sitting here running everything through a shit gunner, and I've got literally KRP8s right here.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I got these, and if I'm not using these, I'm using the other ones, and yeah, I got like 5 of them now. Yeah, don't ever drop down the audio file rabbit hole, people. You get expensive quick.
Yeah, D&D will seem cheap at that point.
So, what the tech was, I was going to kind of let Shark kind of go off on a roll on this one, but sadly, since everything happened with his PC, I'm going to kind of roll off the cuff on this. So we kind of went into a little bit of it with the YouTube AI algorithm and some of the shit like that. And tech-wise stuff, I haven't seen a whole lot coming out. We got, literally, if you're building a PC right now, it's a fucking nightmare again. The RAM prices are fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that I'm going to be digging through my parts to find all the DDR4 I have that works, that's in great conditions, and reselling it for a hell of a profit. Because I can sell it for way more than I could buy it all for. Jesus.
Yeah, I should do that too. I've got a whole bucket full of all my old stuff and just see what I've got there.
I know it's ridiculous, and it's not lasting. Everything I see on Marketplace is like going fast. Like it had gone the minute they list it, damn near. So yeah, you got all. We're basically going to pop this segment in every once in a while, just talk about different tech stuff that comes out, jumps and advancements, fun little shit that we hear. I wanted to do it this show because we're definitely, after we go through our roaster of the month, I have a secondary camera set up, and we're actually going to do a live demonstration of the Xbloom Studio, which is one of my favorite coffee devices that I have right now. Lately, I've been using the Next Pulsar, which is a brewing system. But my go-to has always been the Xbloom because I can replicate every recipe almost precise 100% of the time. With my eyesight, my nerve damage, it is hard for me to pour a carafe without over pouring or under pouring. It's more difficult. So you'll see in the demonstration with the Xbloom of what this machine does. If you are not even a coffee file, just somebody that loves coffee and is slowly getting into it, this is a great machine for the price point. If you don't have a grinder, if you don't have a scale, if you don't have a carafe, you have none of these things, but you want to get into single dose, better coffee, it's a perfect machine because it gives you all of these fucking things in one. And I will definitely go down in the breakdown when we get to that. But first, we're going to go into our roaster of the month, which is an amazing one. In fact, the coffee I'll be brewing today is from them. So open up the segment. Here's the roaster of the month. Good to see you again, Entity. We'll catch you next time, man. Be safe out there.
Good to see you, man.
So the roaster of the month for this month is Moxie out of Phoenix, Arizona. I came across this company, I want to say about a year ago, because Fellow, which is a coffee company, they make kettles, brewers, various different things like the glass canisters you've probably seen people have that vacuum out all the excess gas and keep your coffee fresher, called the Atmos. That's made by Fellow Products. Well, Fellow has a program that you could sign up for free. They will text you that they do a different they do when limited releases come from different roasters. They'll send you a text breaking down, hey, from Moxie, like use Moxie here as an example. They just released their this coffee. It tastes like this. This is what it gives you a full breakdown synopsis of where it's from, who roasted it, who grew it, the process, the tasting notes, all the information that any coffee head from somebody who's starting to, a freakazoid in the coffee scene like me loves. And then it'll tell you how many bags do you want, and you can set up your card on file with them and hit 1, 2, 3, and instantly it'll shoot you order confirmed. Here's the total. Here's the tracking number. And they do that 2 to 3 times a month, sometimes depending how good coffees come their way. And you can sign
like
up
a
for
lot
this.
of these red wine, or I shouldn't say red wine, but a lot of these wine companies that do that kind of thing.
Yep.
That's cool.
And you could sign up for it. It's completely free to sign up. And if you don't want it, you basically just don't respond to it. And the cool part is it'll give you another text. Hey, these bags are about to run out. Do you want to hop in? If not, we'll get you on the next one. So it's not pushy. It's very informative. It's fun. And there are times where I haven't bought a couple of bags because the flavor notes or whatever, it didn't appeal to me. Well, a while back, Moxie came through, and it was a Kenyan coffee that was insanely good. And I was like, okay, it gave me flavors that I had not seen an American roaster do in a while. It was more of like the coffees I get from Europe or from Asia. So very floral, very acidic, very prominent in what the flavors it gave. So I was like, all right, I'm going to keep an eye out for these guys. Well, one of my favorite coffee varietals that I buy is it is from El Paraiso Farms in Colombia, a gentleman by the name of Diego Bermudez. He has a geisha that is thermal shock called Letty Bermudez, named after his sister. Well, I normally buy that from a place in the Netherlands called Manhattan Coffee Roasters, which we featured, I think it was episode 2 or 3. They have not been able to keep that in stock because the world has become aware of that bean. Well, Moxie got some of it in. So I was like, all right, I want to see what they can do with this. How is it going to compare to the European company? How is it going to compare to what Manhattan did when they roasted it? And that's what I'll be brewing today on the Xbloom. And instead of doing a V60 through the Xbloom or anything, I'm actually going to show y'all everything the Xbloom can do. So if you want to check out some cool coffees, check out Moxie. If you're in the Phoenix area, check them out. As you can see, they got an amazing storefront. I've seen several interviews with the people from Moxie. Amazing people. Great, easy to navigate. They have a subscription if you want to do subscription stuff. But they break it down by reasons. Like there's the one we're going to be trying today, the Letty Bermudez. But really cool company. Really enjoyed that first coffee. Really enjoyed the Letty from them. I'm trying a different recipe today on the Xbloom for it. So as we're going to jump into that, we're going to go straight into the live demonstration right now. So let me see if we can get the window set up like it's supposed to be.
There we go.
All right. So I am going to turn mine off right here so you're not distracted by my ugly mug. So this is the Xbloom. This device right here. I have the carafe. You can put your cup under there if you want to. You are a little bit limited on height depending which brew device you are using through the Xbloom. This is the Xbloom dock that Shark and I have been designing that we are eventually going to put the finished devices on Etsy. So if you have an Xbloom and you want to buy one, we are going to sell those. And we are, if you don't want to, if you don't have a 3D printer, want to do it yourself, we are thinking about putting the final files on what's the one that you could sell on? Was it Colts 3D?
Yes.
Yes, Colts 3D and Maker World. And on Maker World, we are going to make sure that it is going to be set up auto files for any of the bamboo printers that these pieces will fit on. Because the size parameters, I do not think they will fit on the A1s. That's another thing. Probably what the tech on the next show, since all of us have 3D printers, we'll do a 3D printer showdown.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Walrus has one. What model do you have?
I've got the Creality K1C. Okay,
so you got Creality. You've got the Creality ethos. Shark has the Neptune through
Elegoo.
I have the Centauri Carbon through Elegoo, and then I also have the Bamboo H2S. So that'd be a great little What the Tech segment, because you'll be able to get our perspectives from each of us using different ecosystems to achieve kind of the same things and the same parameters. So to kind of break down, if you're not familiar, if you're going to get into single dose coffee, this is something you want. This allows you to pre-measure your beans to whatever dose you need, whether it be 15, 16, 17. These are 18 grams, because that's just my happy spot. And it allows the gases to escape, because beans do release gas. They release nitrogen. And it doesn't allow them to go stale because they're in a trapped environment. So we have that right there. I'm going to power up the Xbloom. So right here is a built-in grinder. It is a conical grinder. For those of you that don't know, that basically means, I'm going to try to show it here, you have a cone and another burr that fits into the cone, and that's how they grind the beans. You have two types of grinders in the world, in the mainstay of grinders right now. You have conical burr grinders, or you have flat burr grinders. This big boy is an 84 millimeter flat burr grinder. This is what I normally use for any pour-over method for when I'm grinding beans. And we were talking about crafts. This is the Fellow Stag, one of the best kettles you can get. Not the most expensive one out there, thank God. This one has lasted through 6 years of heavy abuse and still works. And then over to the right, to the left there, this device will show one day. This is the Fellow Aiden. That is their bulk batch brewer and their single dose brewer. But we'll get back to what we're here for. This is the Xbloom. So using the Xbloom, you have multiple choices. You can put in, I don't have it next to me, they have a concentric ring that goes right here, held in by magnets, that you could buy pods from Xbloom of the coffee. The pods have an RFID chip that you scan over the top, and it will load in the exact recipe for that coffee from the roaster that roasted it. Then you open it up, you dump the beans in there, you place the pod, because the pod is actually the brew vessel, inside that ring, start it up, it'll move over, grind, move back, and brew. And the best part is the pod that it is in is completely biodegradable. So almost a zero waste footprint. You can control everything on the Xbloom, being your grinder function, your scale, or your water. The water comes out of here. It heats up almost instantly. It has precise temperature control up to like 0.1 of the temperature you set it at. And then, like I was saying, if you don't have a kettle, a grinder, or any of these things, you can buy this and you get your grinder, your kettle, because you don't have to use it for coffee. They even make a tea attachment now. And the base down here is a scale. So you now get everything to do coffee in one device. And say you want to expand down the line. You don't need to buy another scale. You can just hit that and use the scale that's already built into it. If you want to grind or brew on something else, yeah, you can use the grinder. Now, the best part about the Xbloom I love is for this right here. See if y'all can see it there. I'm going to move it over so the vertical people can see. That is the Xbloom app.
So it's
I
got
just realized-
NFC built into it, so it
Yeah,
opens up the
I
app.
realized our vertical people can't even see the Xbloom, so I'm going to move this over. Sorry about that. Still getting used to this. Okay, now, for all the people that weren't seeing it, this is the Xbloom. As I was saying, grinder, craft, scale. See? Scale. Then you tear it out.
Ooh.
This is their application. You can literally go in here, and any of the coffees they sell, they're going to have their automatic recipes right here for them. It will learn the type of coffees you like and suggest a recipe for you. You even have, since they now have the tea part, tea recipes. But for like what we're going to do right here, we're going to go over here. Let me make sure I'm picking the right one. Sometimes it moves. All right. This is the screen it takes you to. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get the brewer ready. So this is the Omni Brewer. And it uses these filters, which are the same filters that you would use on another brew device, which is called the Kalita Wave. Now, for most normal people, you're just going to put the filter in there and you're done. Then you're going to take it over to the machine and magnetically, choop, there it goes. Me, since I'm a coffee nut, I want to create as much non-interaction of surface tension. So surface tension means all the coffee grounds are going to get into all those little grooves. That's what this is for. This is called the negotiator. You take said negotiator, and like a girl on a first date, bad humor right there, give it a little bit of a twist, and now you've eliminated half of that area of surface tension where the grounds can go. Gives a more even brew. You don't need to do it. I like to do it. I'm just used to doing it. So we put that in there. We're going to take our app. Going to hit start. And it's going to automatically, there it sets the grinder and all the parameters. It tells you, all right, take your beans, dump them in. Put a lid. Then hit go. As you can see, the brew device moved over. You can hear the grinder going off. And as you can see in the app, we put it over so everybody can see it. The app takes you through the timing, the stages, the amount of pours, the milliliters per each pour, the temperature. And once it actually stops grinding and moves over, we're going to do the bloom, which was the bloom. Cool. Yeah, there it goes. And as you can see, the water isn't moving in a straight line. It's actually spiraling like you would do if you were pouring it by hand. And you can see on the graph here, it's showing you your water to coffee ratio between each section. I'm going to set this over here. So now the first part is the bloom. Now it actually agitates itself. It moves back and forth to doing this motion to make sure that the water agitates everything off the side and the bed of coffee becomes level. So you get an even brew, even extraction. So now as we got that going, because it's going to take a few seconds, I'm going to pop back over here so y'all can see my ugly mug again. So yeah, basically it's going to keep going. This one is a five cycle pour. So basically it does a 6 gram of water bloom, which a bloom, for those of you that may not know, is when you saturate the dry bed and then you let it sit for a little bit. And what that sitting does is it, one, makes sure all the beans swell up and get absorption of water. And then they release any of these painting gases that you don't want. Because those gases, when trapped in there, create your bitter, your astringent, your nastiness you don't want. And then now it's going to do a cycle of pours. Each pour is precise measured, and between each pour, it's going to do an agitation to settle the bed down. So this is basically a machine replicating, like if you go to your local cafe and they use like a Kalita Wave or an origami brewer, this is what you would see them doing behind the counter with the kettle, slowly moving it around. This machine is doing it all. And I went with it because, one, I loved the people that were bringing it forward into the market. And like I said, with my eyesight, my nerve damage, there are times where early in the morning especially, I don't have that control. This machine allows me to continue to do that. On top of it, it allows me to precisely redo everything every time. Now, when I normally brew on it, I don't use the grinder in it because I have the big burr grinder. And the burrs that are in the big grinder are specific. They are from SSP. They are the multi-purpose burrs. So they bring out more acidity, more floral, more bright tones. Conical burrs are going to be a more well-rounded, in my opinion, flatter taste. Some people get more out of them. I don't. But for this specific coffee, I found that this recipe almost replicates as most of what I would do by hand. Now, you'll see on top of the caddy, that clear device you see, this right here, is the V60, and those are the V60 filters. I can actually put the V60 on top of that carafe and use the Xbloom to do my pours and my brews using the V60 rather than the Omni brewer. I can even put the Pulsar next. Even the Bird brewer, which is this thing right here, I can put that under there. And I get precise temperature control, precise flow rate, and perfect movement of the water to create, a even extraction.
So for the coffee inept like me, what does the V60 do that your Omni brewer can't?
Okay, that's actually a good breakdown to bring in. Okay, so the Omni brewer, let's make sure it's done. As you can see, is it always will leak a little. Come on. I actually grabbed it a little too soon. That's not the machine's fault. That's mine. So the Omni brewer, as you can see, is a flat bottom brewer, which means all the coffee sits completely across the brewer flat. There are ups and downs depending the flavors you want to get out of using a flat bottom. A V60 is a conical brewer.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's a cone. So the water has nowhere to go but through all of the beans and down and out. With a flat bottom, you can brew and the water is bypassing without having to go through all of the beans that are in the brewer. So if the V60 is going to give you a higher extraction. Now, if you're doing something like a dark roast coffee or a medium roast, that may not be what you may not want super high extraction.
Because then really bitter then, right?
Well, it might be bitter. It might. Sometimes I've done a medium where it gave a spice to it that I didn't dislike, but I didn't expect it. For light coffees love a good balanced high level of extraction because then you're going to get all the florals. You're going to get the acidity. You're going to get everything that they're known for. Like this coffee right here, the Letty. It is a geisha, which is the varietal. And geishas are they're a more rare coffee, and they are harder to produce. But they also produce, and what I'm doing right now is just a quick flush out. So that way I don't have anything sitting in there. And then I have a little thing over here, which I'll dump out later to drop it. But let me go back to us two here. So basically the, should I think what I was thinking of? What separates a coffee in style, let me close the app real quick. What separates a coffee is multiple factors. One, where it was grown, how it was grown, weather, all that stuff. But what really also affects it is the variety of coffee. And then the processing, how they take the bean out of the cherry. Well, Diego Bermudez started with the Letty, a process which is a double thermal shock. And then he also does coffees where he does an advanced fermentation. What that means is for like the double thermal shock is he is actually taking the cherries and introducing them to an extreme temperature change, then letting them rest, then again an extreme temperature a rapid extreme temperature change to get
just putting it through that stress.
Yeah, to get the cherry to evacuate the bean. By doing that, the flavors that were in that cherry have literally been trapped inside that bean at an extreme level. So much so that a lot of the coffees that have a thermal shock to them are going to have a more fruity flavor, more fruit forward. And body-wise, they're going to have more of a body of like a milk tea.
Oh.
So like this one, and I'm just going to read you their description because they do it better than I do. Here. Come here. So this one, where did they put it at? I'll have to bring up their website. I thought I still had the card. So this one being the Letty, how Moxie describes it is going to be All right. So first of all, it's a gold medal winner, which basically means the coffee was awarded by the Global Coffee Awards with a gold medal in the experimental process filter category. So this is a filter coffee. Well, it's meant to really just be a filter coffee only. So here's what the tasting is: yellow fruits, peach, floral, and an oolong milk tea.
Oh.
And which is a little different than the way Manhattan Coffee Roasters does it, because how Manhattan Coffee Roasters does it, the flavor they get is a jasmine milk tea, southern peach, and Haribo peach. So theirs comes like literally the first time I had it, the smell alone smelled like you opened up a can of peaches.
That's cool.
And when you brewed it, even more so. So yeah, Moxie, it's crazy how you can take the same bean and everybody can get similar things, but at the same time, drastically different things. Like this, where this bean through Manhattan, the peach was literally at the beginning, and then you got the milk tea at the end. Theirs is the reversal. I get the floral aroma, but I get the milk tea body at the beginning, and the light peach hits at the end. So it's a reverse. All because they probably just roasted it either a little less or a little more. And that's what people don't realize with coffee. Temperature when roasting and temperature when brewing can alter it so drastically. And I've done a 180. I used to brew everything at 203, 205. Then I was watching a video with Lance Hendrick. No, it was Brian Kwan. And they were doing a lot of ultra light roasts. And the guy, when he tasted it, he's like, "What are you brewing that at?" And he goes, "I don't ever brew above 197. And it made sense because the hotter you get it, the more gases are going to go out, the more the bean is going to expand, the more changes are going to thermally happen at the bean. So now I do everything at 197. I found out by doing that, coffees that I loved at 205, I love even more because now I get even more of a sweetness and full body to them. That at the higher temp, I think kind of, in a sense, kind of burned it off.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then cold brew is a whole nother world. If we ever do a show on cold brew, I'm going to get Gabe to hop in remotely because that boy does amazing shit with cold brew. Hell, if I could get Mark from Theory on, I'd love to because his cold brew is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
reach out to him, see what we can get. Because this demonstration was really cool. I mean, if nothing else, the Xbloom just looks cool. I mean, it did the whole robot moving arm thing. Like, I mean,
and
I felt like a kid watching this thing, like in Willy Wonka. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, Gabe and I have been talking for a while. It'll probably be definitely after the first of the year. We've talked about me setting up with my big boy grinder and the Xbloom and a couple of the brewers. And now that I ordered an attachment from Ondo Coffee Roasting that he developed, the Omni brewer that attaches magnetically and can move. He developed a device that's fully CNC'd aluminum that will allow me to run the V60, the smaller V60, and all of the flat bottom brewers that are out there, like the Origami, the Oreo, the Kalita, in that cradle and be able to move like the Omni does.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'll be able to fully use the whole machine at its capacity with any brewer I want to put under it. The only downside is, though, when it comes like the V60 size 1, I'll have to readjust my brews because the max you really want to run through there is only 15 grams of coffee because it's just a smaller capacity.
Okay.
So like the one you see on top right there, that's a size 2. That's the kind of the standard V60 size. But no, Gabe and I have been talking about setting that up behind his bar and doing like for 2 weeks on social media, him hype it up and just say, hey, we're going to have getting a hold of some like the coffees from Manhattan and some from Moxie, some really hard to get coffees, and just be like, come by, check this badass machine out. And at the same time, watch it brew an amazing cup of coffee you may have never tried in your life. And that's kind of what we want to do.
Dude,
it's just getting the time for me to have time off and him to set it up and us to market it right. Because if we don't get enough people, there's kind of not really
there's not a point
to do it. Yeah. So, but it's like I've been so busy. He's been so busy. I mean, that dude is nonstop.
Are you talking about running the podcast from that, or?
I don't know. We hadn't really thought about that far. It's mainly just get there and for his customers and people to experience it. I mean, really, that's how Xbloom has grown. Brian Kwan is part of their team, and he literally traveled, like the travel case you see that I have for this thing. He has one of those, and he goes all over to coffee shops around the world and sets up. And literally 90% of the time, after the shop owners and the people watch it, they go and buy one, or the shop. He has one shop, Ondo Roasting, literally has 4 of them behind the bar now.
Wow!
Because the closest thing that does what this does at a coffee bar level, I can't think of the name of it, but it doesn't grind. It's literally just a big bar machine that you set your carafe and your V60 under, and it does the water part of it for you. But for a single, like they make a single and then they make a quad up to a quad head. So you can run 4 V60s at once.
Okay.
The single is like $1,400 fucking dollars.
Truth.
Yeah. Not to mention the bar space it takes up, because then you got to run water lines to it. You got to run discharge to it. It's like a permanent fixture in your bar. It's not something you can move. You're cutting a hole and putting it where it's going to be, and that's it. But with an Xbloom, you can move it anywhere you want.
With the Xbloom, it being a premium product, what kind of premium price tag generally comes with that?
Oh, well, actually, let's go right to their website right now. Plus, I can actually show you like the. I thought I still had some of their actual brew, their version of it. I can't call them a K-Cup because they're not a K-Cup, but they have their pods.
Yeah,
but I didn't. We used them at the. When did I use them? I think I went through the last one.
For their pods.
Yes, I've had quite a few.
Decent.
Yes. So this is their website. This is the one we're looking at. Like right now, you can get a $100 gift card if you sign up for their limited holiday offers. Buy a machine, you get a $100 gift card to give to somebody, or use it for yourself and buy more coffee. So they have 2 models. The one you're seeing there is the Studio.
Okay.
And then they have the original. Now, the original is made out of fully metal, but in my opinion, the integration of the newer technology is the Studio, because the Studio came out after it. And funny enough, I don't know anybody that owns the original, but I know multiple people that have the Studio. Yeah, because bang for the buck, the Studio. So here's the Omni Tea Brewer that they have now. So you can go to explore more. They just came out with this recently, and this is probably going to be one of my Christmas gifts to myself, because I do miss making good teas. Yeah, we'll go shop now. So here's the Studio.
It's interesting because my brother's really big on the on making teas and stuff like that, so that'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, well, see, this shows you a better picture with better light of it doing the different things. So there's the Omni, there's a Kalita, there's their pod. So it's already showing you the different versatility that you can use on it. So then, of course, showing you the different screens, the showers, all that, everything we just kind of went through there. So when you buy their pods, it comes with the card, and the card is what you scan on the top. So right there, you scan it, RFID, boom. You don't have to use the phone app if you don't want to. It has the recipes on the card. But let's go up here. So yeah, if you click order now, it is it's $5.99. You can do $39 a month through their flex plan. Every once in a while, it will go as low as $4.69 on their Amazon store, because they do have an Amazon storefront. And there's Lex Hedrick, when he was breaking it down on their original video. So if we go over here, we'll go to their coffees. So that's how they come right there. And these are the prices. And there is, I believe, 8 to 16 pods, depending what the coffee, because you got to remember, they've got like their normal coffees, which those are the bags. So let's go. That's the latest releases. They redid their website, so I got to kind of read. So their normal coffees are about $20 for a box of pods. And then they have like these, like the ones that you're seeing that are like 27, 18 for like the Regalia coffee, 16 for just, standard Joe coffee. And these are all of these coffees, the reason you see different lids on them, these are the roasters that they have an agreement with, that the roasters roast the coffee and seal it, and they seal it and sell it for them. So like you got Intelligentsia here, which by the way, Intelligentsia actually has a location in Austin. This one
That's right. Didn't we talk about going up and visiting that?
Yeah, because last month's roaster of the month was Intelligentsia.
Yep.
So here you've got Bean and Bean, which I've had a couple of their coffees. They have some really nice coffees. And then these are kind of going into the bags. Here you got North Shore curated. You can even buy coffee from them, which, oh wow, that they actually have the pan. Okay. That is a very, 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 very hard to get geisha. And it is really fucking good, but yeah,
not at that price.
I bought it back in the day when it was 30, so I don't foresee spending more than that. But like right here, $40, you get a dual pack of their winter brew bundle. They have like for the subscriptions, here's Onyx Coffee, La Cabra, Big Face, Proud Mary. But yeah, basically you can get the pods. You can buy whole bags if you want to from them. This is Moonway Coffee. I actually have a coffee from them that I haven't tried yet because it is still got a week and a half that it has to rest. Most coffees you do not want to drink you want to wait 2 weeks after the date of roast. But if you get it and it's already like, hey, roasted 3 weeks ago, you're going to go drink it. But most fresh roasted coffees, you want to wait 2 weeks because they're still degassing. You don't want to taste that. Some of that. That's
so otherwise
bitter,
it'll turn out bitter,
or just too funky. Some of them, I had one time that I was impatient. I tried it one time, and it was like such a level of flavor explosion that I was just like, I don't know, it's too much. And then I waited 2 weeks later, went back to it, and then it was a completely different creature. It was like, oh, this is amazing. So yeah, there's something. So here are your in-stock pods. Break it down by dark, medium, light roast. Then you also have subscriptions. Like they just did one where you can get all the different coffees that Say, which Say is one of they're one of those roasters that have won a fuck ton of awards. Like they roast some really insane good coffees. Or like Brian Kwan, they have his secret stash, which right now it's from Apollin's Gold, which is fucking amazing. Two of the biggest and most accredited roasters out of Japan is Apollin's Gold and Glitch. Sadly, you cannot get Glitch shipped out of Japan at all. I have never had a chance to try them. But you better believe I ever go to Japan, I will be at that place every fucking morning and evening trying their coffees. But I've gotten a Apollin's Gold before. So yeah, basically, the subscriptions, you always get like a break. So like on this one, instead of $22, it's $19.99 and then free shipping. And then you put, how often you want it. Just like any normal subscription partner. You got the Xbloom pick is a super cheap one to do. It's $34, but you're basically paying $1.10 per pod instead of $2. But
that beats your Starbucks price.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it really beats the Starbucks prices in the fact that if you were to go to any place like Starbucks, I don't even think Starbucks does pour overs. The last time I was around, I don't think they do that. They have their menu of what they offer, and that's it. But most real coffee shops will have a selection of coffees that they can do as a pour over. But on average, a pour over is, so say a normal cup of the house blend, 16 ounce is probably about $3 to $4.50, right?
Okay.
For just the standard that the shop always has. A pour over is going to be on average 5 to 8, depending what it is. So now you're getting that pour over quality at home for $2. And if you do like one of their rotating, you'll get to taste so many different things. And now they even have like a limited edition sage green.
Ooh.
But it comes in Twilight, which is their white, black, which is the one we did the demonstration on, and then a limited edition sage green. However, though, I will say the sage green is kind of sexy because all the knobs in the ring is gold.
Get all bougie up in here.
No kidding. But it is hands down my favorite purchase that I've done. It really is. I use the living hell out of it. If you're going to get into coffee, I recommend stocking up on distilled water. And then you have multiple different things you can do. You can do third wave, which let me grab one of those because I don't need the light on the machine anymore.
So you say distilled water. What about RO water?
What do you mean RO?
Reverse osmosis.
Well, that is distilled.
Oh,
is distilled. Okay. Distilled. Yeah, the newest way of doing distilled is reverse. Basically, it's just a fancy way of saying water with all the shit pulled out of it. Because you don't want chlorine, you don't want fluoride in your fucking coffee water, you don't want any minerals at all because every type of mineral is going to change what the coffee tastes like. So what you can do is you can go through a company like this, which is Third Wave Water. You can get them on Amazon. And what these packets are, this is literally says on it, medium roast profile. So if I'm making medium roast, I'll take a gallon of RO or distilled water and drop this in it and shake it up. And it will give the perfect mineral concentration to bring out the best in a medium roast coffee. Or like what I do, since I do a lot of light roasts, I have a 5-gallon jug down here. And they make the same profile packs for 5 gallon. So what I do is I drain out a gallon of the 5 gallons, drop this in there, put the gallon back in, and then take a paint mixer on a drill and stir the living shit out of it. But if you want to go super nerdy, then you can go into crazy shit like this. So say you take your distilled water and you want to get really sciencey and crazy on what each mineral is going to do to the coffee. You can buy a 4-pack of Lotus water. This one is just potassium. So there's potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium. 4 different bottles, each with a little, beaker dropper. And you can literally break down how much mineral concentration of each mineral to get that perfect fucking flavor of each coffee, if you have the time to fuck around with it. And new to that scene out of Germany, or was it Germany? Well, Europe, you have Apex Labs. So instead of 4 individual bottles, you get 3, and they break down into 3 ones. We got one called Lilac, one called Tonic, and one called Jam. And it very simply tells you, Jam is going to make your coffee rich, sweet, and creamy. Lilac is going to make it acidic, floral, and fruity. And then Tonic is going to, how the hell did they describe Tonic here? Because I hardly ever use Tonic. Tonic is going to be vibrant, bright, and juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah.
All right.
So it just takes a different turn of how to achieve the same outcome. I've used all three, and oddly enough, I can always go back to the third wave because it is hard for me to constantly replicate the same flavors using those others. Because you're at the mercy of if the beaker is dropping the same volume of drop every time.
Yeah.
And if you're not tired in the middle and going, boop, boop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, shit. Which I've done a few times. So. But no, definitely if you don't have any good coffee equipment already and you want something to start, I highly recommend the Xbloom. Mine literally was part of the first wave of releases, and I have never had a fucking issue with it. And I've had it now for I think maybe 3 years, maybe a little longer than 3 years.
Huh.
And all I did, the only maintenance I do on it is I run it through its calibration cleaning test every 4 months, which recalibrates the grinder and purges the water system. And once every 3 months, I run a descaler through it just to keep the lines flushed and clean. It has a whole process that walks you through how to do the descaling on it.
That's cool.
So, and the cool part about the descaling is I use a little product called Renewal. It's a little liquid pack you just drop into the water tank, fill it all the way up, put it in descale mode, and it'll flush it out. And it's a 30-minute cycle that you just keep adding water, and it does all the flushes. And then when it's done, you're ready to go again. You fill it you wash the tank out, you fill it with fresh water, and you're good to go.
Yeah, because I remember doing the descaling for my my espresso machine, and there was a descaling agent that you had me go get. I just had to keep running it through.
Oh yeah, that was the one I told you. It's in a white bottle, right? It's powder.
Yes.
And it's like, it doesn't stink, but it has like a holy fuck. It kind of knocks you to your knees the first time you breathe it.
Yeah, and then you put heat to it, and especially when it comes out the steamer, and now you've got it in your whole damn house. Yeah.
Yeah. But the one I told, that one is literally what every commercial espresso shop uses.
Yeah. I mean, it cleaned the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah. It does its job. You just want to make sure you've definitely flushed it thoroughly through, or else that first cup you make out of it, you're just going,
yeah. You're just like, okay, I'll make another.
Yeah. You're like, and I thought limes were bitter. All right. So after our demonstration here, we're going to hop in to our main discussion of the night, the battle for WB.
Oh.
And give a little bit of insight in this. I decided we would go to Mr. Cynical himself and watch a nice little 8-minute video from the Critical Drinker.
All right.
Declining theatre attendance, rising ticket prices, disappointing box office returns, shrinking theatrical windows, and now major studio buyouts by streaming giants. It's fair to say that 2025 has been a rough old year for Tinseltown, for movie theatres, for audiences, and the entire movie industry. But here's the thing, these aren't bugs anymore. They're features. Features of a changing entertainment landscape, a changing culture, and a changing perception of what...
We'll pause. We're going to pause because I want to be informative on this. I don't want to just take somebody's comment. I hate these people. We're not going to be like Hassan and give you a chair stream review. Or, neither one of us had the set of tits for Sniper Wolf to pull her bullshit. So
that's true.
And her fake fucking accent and glasses that she stole from Azzyland. The fear of them buying is the death of movie theaters. My insight on that is I have only gone to see a movie in the movie theater maybe 3 times in the last since COVID ended. And every experience was not as great as it was before. And it ended up being that I would have rather just watched what I watched at home.
Same exact way. I think I've watched maybe 2 movies this year in the theater. I think it was
we don't have anything great coming out. I mean, you're going to be, oh, what about Avatar? It's like, yeah, tell me what it's about 2 days after you watch it. It's a spectacle. It's not an experience. I don't know any movie that has been released in the past 6 years, hell, before COVID, that anyone I know spent days talking about how amazing it was or went and saw it another time because it was so fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think we're going to get any of that. I think the days of that are gone.
Well, I mean, between that and the technology that the consumer can get and put in their house and give that personal experience to them outweighs the fantasy of going to the theater.
It's just the cost is not worth what you get. The product that's being displayed is not worth the cost either. Not when you could spend the same amount and own it indefinitely. Well, own it as long as Amazon doesn't decide to dick you out of it. And all these people I keep hearing, oh, well, Netflix will ruin all these, DC. How? It's already on life support. They seem to forget that how great was the first 2 seasons of Punisher? The original Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, that was all Netflix. Stranger Things, Netflix. There is a lot that Netflix has done that has been just fucking phenomenal.
I mean, there's a lot of bad Netflix has done, but I mean, I think that the good is outweighing the bad. We're just in a hell of a slump with the entertainment industry right now.
Well, no, not only that, they seem to act like the movie theaters don't have bombs. They seem to forget that Amazon has epically fucked the pooch on multiple things too. That all of these big studios have had stinker after stinker after stinker. Everybody has fails.
I mean, it could all be built on that nostalgia that you have as a kid going to the theater, seeing the big lights, seeing the screen, the sounds, the smells, you're just getting the nostalgia. And so now you're like, oh, hey, there's a new movie coming out. Oh, it's all hyped up. Oh, well, I've got to see it in the theater. Well, not necessarily.
Yeah. So where he's going to go in this first part, I agree with him 100%. I don't think we're losing anything. In fact, I think they'll gain it because if there are so many good movies that made money but didn't make that return to profit that would have led to a sequel or led to a continuation. So many stories that ended that we'll never know the endings to because that profit margin didn't reach its well, that was a show. But I'm talking like movies that didn't reach their expectation. A lot of that was due to the fact that I don't want to quote wrong, but I'm trying to go off of remembering some of the other people I've heard talk about it. But I want to say that when a movie the studio goes over to distribution and the distribution to the theaters, I want to say that I would say it'd be a fair estimation to say that 40% of what it makes in the theater does not go back to the studio. Would be a fair estimation. Well, it goes to the distributor. It goes to the movie theater themselves. It goes to the marketers. If you don't have to lose that 40 anymore, that on a movie that was supposed to make $500 million but only grossed $300 million because $200 million went to those assholes, that's now that $200 million that goes back to the studio that gives the studio incentive to be like, launch the next one.
That or gives them the ability to make the first one that much better.
Exactly. And then, of course, their big fears is, oh, it's going to kill Hollywood. Who cares?
Yeah, I say
half of these movies suck because of the over-bloatedness of these piece of shit unions that have basically put the studio's nutsacks in a vice. I mean, I saw one breakdown where the movie had to have 17 intimacy coordinators just because of one 10-minute love scene. Are you fucking kidding me? Or, 50 people on for catering, even though you only need 20 because the union demands this much percentage be working. There's a reason a movie that used to cost $50 million now costs $300 million. And it's because of these assholes milking and bloating the costs.
Mm-hmm.
You get rid of Hollywood, that goes bye-bye. The Screen Actors Guild, we can't let this happen. Why? Half the scripts you fucktards have written have been dog shit and have failed.
Well, and they're all trying to push an agenda too.
Well, even if they're not pushing an agenda, they just don't know how to write. Half of these people, it's all self-projection. And they don't realize your life sucks. We don't care to know about it. Maybe you're a horrible fucking person and you just don't realize it. And that's why we now think the character you wrote is a horrible fucking person and don't like it.
And the reason people are going to see these movies, see these shows, go to these events are to forget about their daily
shitty life
lives.
Yeah. It's escape.
Yeah, it's the escape. It's trying to go find that magic in a bottle.
Yeah.
Films even mean to us now. The recent news that Netflix have officially won the bidding war to buy out Warner Brothers and their entire catalogue of IPs seems to have thrown the entire industry into a tailspin. Damn, man, they've even petitioned the dreaded Orange Man to intervene and block the deal, as if the fucking White House has got any say over corporate mergers. The major fear in Hollywood is that Netflix will gradually move away from the theatrical model and transition movies almost entirely to streaming. And well, they probably should be afraid of that, because I'm pretty sure that's the plan all along. But this isn't just the action streaming giant that wants to destroy movie theaters purely for shits and giggles. It's a simple reflection of the reality facing the movie industry now. A reality that's been knocking on the door of Hollywood with increasing volume and declining patience for years now, and isn't going to be put off for much longer. It's time for some harsh truths, dear viewer, and the drinker is the one to administer them. The theatrical movie experience as we knew it is dying. It's not in a temporary slump. It's not just going through a bad spell right now. It doesn't need to hang in there until things pick up again, and you can't keep blaming it on fucking COVID.
It's all bullshit.
Because in a sense, they went around.
It's not going to get better.
All the people that were doing
now
the bidding
are the final
right
stages of a process that
hey, drop
started
the volume a
decades
bit.
ago.
We can't really hear you.
To understand
well,
it, let us discuss the theatrical movie experience as we know it today, shall we?
The show.
Now, imagine for a second that you're a typical American family man with a wife and 2 kids. You work a slightly unfulfilling corporate job that teenage you would probably be horrified.
Wait a minute, turn the video itself down?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when you're talking, I can't hear you at all, and the video is like just blaring.
See, that's weird. I'm the opposite. I could barely hear the video.
Huh.
Fucking StreamYard, man.
Dude.
Fix your shit. That's why they need internal independent audio control for all sources.
Or shameless plug, go get a SteelSeries.
Well, no, it's not me or it. It's StreamYard. Like if you watch FNT, there are times where Gary you'll barely be able to hear him, but all the other people are blazingly loud. And it's not Windows, it's stupid ass StreamYard. Let me pause for a second. Let me double check to make sure Windows isn't doing it. Hey, we decided to change your shit for you crap.
Again.
No, it did. Yeah, my mic input volume was all the way down to 8.
Yep.
Now it's wanting to move on its own. Fuck you, Windows. I want it where it's at. Now, dude, it's moving on its own. What the fuck? Like, I'm going to start talking and it's going to kick itself down again, I bet you. Yeah, 98, 96. Dude, what the fuck is causing it to
trying to
do
some sort of auto balancing somewhere.
That's fucking weird. All right, hold on. Let me see something over here. Sorry about this, people. We'll get this sorted out in a second here. Okay.
There we go. That sounded better.
Yeah, turn that off. Let me go over here to you and do the same. I'm turning the auto off. Now let's see. If I'm up here and I'm on 90. All right, we're back at 100 on Windows. Are you going to... No, It just did it. 81, 84, 87, 61, 55. What the fuck, Windows? Now it's down to 44. What is this bullshit? And Waves adjusted where Waves has not changed. This is so fucking weird. Yeah, it's literally, okay, I'm back at 100 here. But the minute I go back here, I bet you it's going to start moving again.
So you just have to have it up the whole time?
What now?
What is this, like a screen or something that you have to have up the whole time now?
I don't know. It shouldn't do that. Windows, when you set the input and output volumes, it should not change until you change it. I'm literally watching it move on its own. And it shouldn't be able to fucking do that.
What the tech, guys?
No, it's called Microsoft. Go fuck yourselves and die. Fucking hate Microsoft. That's it, man. We're going all fucking Linux. Fuck these cocksuckers. Nobody. I should be able to be the only one that adjusts my goddamn system.
Fight by, but hey, it pays the bills, so whatever, I guess. And yeah, the sex is more of a predictable weekly ritual now than an exciting experience to look forward to, and you're harboring a growing suspicion that a divorce could be on the cards once the kids have flown the nest and there's nothing left to hold the two of you together, but let's not worry too much about that right now. For today at least, you want to take the family out to the movies, so you drive for 30 minutes in heavy traffic to get to your local theatre, you buy the tickets, which cost like $20 each, because of course the kids just have to see the film in IMAX. Then you have to buy overpriced drinks and snacks because nobody can just sit through a 2-hour
IMAX
movie
is $20 by itself, almost by itself just here.
Down their throats.
IMAX
Then
is,
you
I
take
mean,
your
I don't even
seats,
want to know what
which
fucking
smell a
IMAX
bit
is
weird
now.
and have a suspiciously sticky patch around the crotch area that hasn't been cleaned, but let's not worry too much about that. And oh dear, it seems like there's a bunch of teenagers sat right behind you. What are the odds, eh? I hope you like eavesdropping because you're going to be hearing them talk about every single detail of their lives throughout the entire movie. But hey, it's just part of the theater experience, right? Oh yeah, and half the people around you already have their phones out. One or two are watching TikTok videos with the volume turned way up, and one guy's having a full-on argument with his girlfriend on speakerphone. But hey,
if you're going to like a draft house, thank God you don't actually have to put
so
up
you
with that
settle
shit.
in as the lights go down, and you try to ignore the teenagers behind you and the people who are still filtering in and tripping over people because the lights are off now, because it's time for trailers. Oh, come on! Well, actually, it's time for the commercials first, usually for luxury cars you're never going to be able to afford. Then after 15 minutes or so, you're deemed worthy to watch the trailers. Then another 20 minutes after that, it's finally movie time. But oh no, now your 5-year-old daughter decides that she really needs to go to the bathroom because all that soda has to go somewhere, right? So you stumble your way to the end of the row, tripping over feet and pissing off everyone else around you in the process.
But there's
and you
always
take her
some
outside so she
asshole
can
that's
go for a
literally
piss,
in the middle
and
that
eventually
wants
you
to go
make it back
out
to your
again.
seat. And yeah, you've missed the first 10 minutes of the movie now, but hey,
Or the
it's all
jackass
part of the
behind you that's
experience,
kicking your
right?
seat.
So you finally settle down to
Yeah.
watch the film, and you try to ignore the gossiping teenagers and the people on their phones and the stomach churning sound of food getting shoveled into faces and the smell of sweaty, unwashed bodies, and just concentrate on the pure cinema experience. Wait, isn't this just a remake of an animated movie you saw when you were a kid? Son of a bitch! Anyway, about 3 hours and several bathroom breaks later, you finally make it home, tired, mildly pissed off, and about $100 out of pocket, and you find yourself asking the question, what the fuck was the point in any of that? So with all that in mind, is it any wonder that more and more people are just opting out of movie theaters altogether? Like, be honest with yourself for a second.
That's why I built
Unless
one.
you're a genuine cinephile who needs to see everything on the biggest screen imaginable, is it really worth the time, the hassle, the expense, the irritation, and the discomfort just to see something that will probably be available on streaming in a few weeks anyway? Which brings me neatly along to my second point, the alternative. The appeal of the movie experience was always in the scale and spectacle, because until pretty recently, nothing in your home could ever hope to compete with it. Not anymore, however. These days, like $1,000 or less will get you a pretty serious home cinema setup. A setup that's ready to go whenever you want it, where you don't have to drive for half an hour just to get there, or shell out for overpriced snacks,
about this guy
or
pay
sit through
bills
endless
now?
trailers and commercials
Yeah,
for the
especially
privilege
if
of
you get
watching
like an
something that you've
audiophile
already
that's just
paid
selling
for,
his
or be
shit
forced to share
because
the
he wants the
experience with a
newest,
bunch of
bestest.
strangers who can spoil your enjoyment
And now you
anytime
get
they
something
want,
really
where you
good
can
for
pause the
pretty
movie
cheap.
whenever
Oh,
you
shit,
want
these
and
people-
never
well,
miss
that's
a
my
second of it.
freaking-
And
the
most
manager that
importantly,
I
where the
work
whole
with.
thing doesn't set you
How the
back
hell do
more
you think
than
I got the
$100
monitor?
a pop. It's a trade-off
Well,
for
hey, he's
sure.
throwing out
A
a
trade-off
stereo
between
system.
spectacle on one side and comfort
No, he
and
just got a
convenience on
projector,
the
so I'm
other.
waiting till
And the
that's not
fact
good
is,
enough.
that trade-off's getting more
Then
and
I'm
more
gonna put it
appealing
right
to the
here and have
average
a drop-down
person
screen
every
behind
single
me.
year. When you get right
So we
down
can
to
watch
it, the harsh
trailers.
reality is that movie theaters are an outdated form of entertainment now, a holdover from the 20th century that's been propped up beyond its time by one simple
I do have a
philosophy.
screen for you, but we'll talk that later.
More. Gigantic budgets, more visual effects, bigger screens, louder sound systems. Studios and theaters have been locked into a cinematic arms race for decades now, pushing technology and spectacle as far as they could go until finally they hit an evolutionary dead end. It was always going to happen. It was just a question of when. And as it happens, the answer is now. So what does it all mean? Is this the end of Hollywood? The end of movies? The end of the world as we know it? No, of course not. There's always going to be a demand for entertainment. That'll never change. It's just the method of delivery that's evolving.
On one side, you
People
got
are going to watch
Netflix.
more movies in the comfort
want
of their
just
own
the movie,
homes.
the streaming,
It's
the
inevitable.
distribution.
Theatrical windows are
They
going to
want
get
all the
shorter
IPs,
and probably
like
vanish
BSing,
altogether eventually, so that
all the
movies will
other
get
shit.
released simultaneously onto streaming and theatrical.
And they
Movie
did. They
theaters
won the
will
actual
still
bid of the
exist to
bid
some
war, the
extent,
proper
but
bid
just
war.
like the old musical theaters from the
Then you
19th
got
century,
Paramount,
they'll
aka
become a much more
Skydance,
niche experience reserved for
which
film
is
buffs and occasional big event movies that people can't afford to miss.
the
Box
big
office
controversy
revenues are
that
going to keep
is
declining
funded
until
in
eventually they
charge
become
with,
obsolete
Trump's
metrics, and a
son-in-law
film's real success will be
and a whole bunch
determined
of
by the
Saudi
number of
fucking
hours
money.
watched on streaming,
Yeah,
none
that's
of
the
which will
piece
be
I saw.
independently
There's a lot of Saudi
verifiable,
backing.
allowing
Well,
studios
I
to
love
hide
how all these people
massive and
saying
embarrassing
Netflix is
flops
gonna ruin
behind
everything. It's
subscription
like,
walls. And as for the studios
have you
themselves,
watched half
I'd
the
expect
shit
more and more
Paramount
of them
has
to be
taken
bought
a
over by
steaming
streaming
dump
and
of
tech
lately?
giants like Netflix,
Like all of
Apple, and
Kurtzman
Amazon
Trek
in the
is
years
fucking
ahead.
Paramount.
Businesses that make their real
Under
money
Yeah,
elsewhere
all-
and can
all
easily
the
afford
Star
to
Trek
pump
stuff.
billions of dollars
Yeah,
into
that's
film and
Kurtzman
TV
Trek, all of that
production,
shit.
even if a lot of it never actually turns a profit.
A lot of the movies
Do I
and shit
like
that
where
they've
all this
done,
is going?
steaming piles
Not
of
really,
shit.
because despite all their flaws, I think there is still something
Hey,
They
quite
want the whole,
special
they want the
about
whole
going into a
shebang. So
movie
now you're going to have
theater and
Saudis
just losing
owning all of
yourself
the
in a
EA
film for a
games,
couple of hours,
a bunch
but
of media
pretending
outlets
this
in the
stuff
US.
isn't happening or that it can be
Yeah,
magically reversed.
so,
It's
you know,
like
take a
telling
page
yourself
from the
that internet
CCP, how do
cafes
you
or public
basically sway
payphones or
perception
video
and,
rental stores are going to make a
and
comeback
interject your
someday.
ideology
They
into a
won't,
foreign
because
government?
the moment
Run the
technology
fucking
made these
media that
things
they want.
irrelevant, the culture quickly adapted
Yeah.
to live without them. Movie theaters
But
are
Netflix
dying
is
out,
the-
and the
is the real
Hollywood
one. You
system
should
that
watch it.
relied
Give me
on
a
them is
break,
dying
people.
along with them. Whether something better eventually comes to replace
Like,
them
they're
is
going to be a
anyone's
monopoly
guess.
and run everything. Dude, that's already happening
Anyway,
with everything.
that's all
Get
I've
used
got
to
for
it.
today.
You ain't
It goes
stopping
back
it
to
no
my
more.
Go away
discussion about
now.
the video games and all the other stuff. Is that I call for everybody to,
Oh
if
dear.
China or the Chinese have a majority stake or a large stake in anything, whether it's games, entertainment, what have you, just boycott it. Don't do it. It doesn't, just because it looks good doesn't mean that you're not giving
Yeah.
up a whole lot to be able to play it. It's undermining society. I will get off my soapbox.
Which it also, it hurts at the same time because there is a lot of anime that is coming out of China that is really fucking good. And
It's flashy.
isn't pushing any of their shit though. The stories are actually really fucking good. The voice acting is really fucking good. And then you also have several games that have come out of there, like Black Myth Wukong, that are phenomenal fucking games. It's just, you're then, like you just said, you're at the mercy of how much money, not only how much influence did the CCP have in this control of this creation and everything alongside it, how much money from this is going to have to get funneled to, you know, help them in all their bullshit.
Just for them to turn it against us.
But then again, you know, you're going to have idiots that are going to, well, CCP's not that bad because my sugar daddy Hassan went there and he said it's a great place. Fucking dipshit. Goes to the goddamn streamer awards. Well, who the fuck gives a shit about QT Cinderella's stupid fucking award show anyway? It's the LA Circle.
Or oh, hey, look at my basketball star, Dennis Rodman. He went to North Korea. See,
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un isn't bad.
What I love is all these idiots that go to fucking China and they're like, oh, it was so technological. Oh, da, 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 da. Yeah, the little state-funded controlled tour you took, you little dipshit.
Yeah.
Then you sit there and they give you a little Mao book and you gush all over it. And then you get so gushing over it that you go to the award show here in America wearing Mao's fucking suit. You saw that, right?
I did.
Yeah. Totally ignoring the fact that you're a Muslim and they massacred most of the Muslims in that country. There are forced labor camps everywhere. And Mao, you want to talk shit about the West all you want. You want to talk shit about the Holocaust. You want to talk shit about Israel. Yet you glaze China and totally ignore the fact that Mao literally by shooting a lowball number, that Mao was responsible for what, 75 million deaths? Dude, it literally just went down to 8 as I'm watching it.
Dude.
What the fuck, Windows? Why the hell is my volume doing this?
Blame China.
It's never fucking done this. No, I'm not going to blame any country. Not be like, we'll be starting to sound like a son who's like, my stream's not working and my dog got jacked. It's Israel. What blows my mind is 30,000 retards watch that retard every day.
Oh, does that mean that they're retard squared?
No, I think it's literally motard watching the retard.
Ah, okay.
And then then the Reddit then followed up by the Reddit moderator Ubertards.
Hey, you shouldn't let me math in public, okay?
Oh man, so nothing is going to stop WB from being selling. They're in the toilet financially. They have to. I would rather, in my opinion, have Netflix because they want nothing to do with the media part of it. When it comes to the news networks, they don't give a shit about any of that. And honestly, I think with Netflix backing their money, the amount of money they're putting into shit now, because look how much shit they've done recently that is phenomenally good, like Three Body Problem, Stranger Things. I mean, some of the shit they've turned out recently is really fucking good quality-wise. Writing choices maybe be questionable things, but when you actually look at the sets, the designs, the editing, the effects, all of that is spot on, better than Hollywood right now.
Yeah, completely.
I would love to see what they do with the Harry Potter universe under their hands, DC Comics under their hands. Right now they want DC because they lost Marvel, because they lost all their Marvel shows because of the merger with Disney owning it all now.
I mean, if Warner Brothers is truly going to die, which it sounds like it is, then would you not want there to still be some hope that those IPs that you've fallen in love with, whether it be your childhood or what have you, that just the IPs that you've fallen in love with, do you just want them to completely and utterly die and no one to be able to pick them up because the company is dead and the people that really own those IPs within the companies just don't want to do anything with it, and so now you have no continuation? Or would you rather somebody be able to pick it up and do something with it, good or bad?
Or worse, you're not even thinking about the worst case scenario. If WB completely goes tits up, and those IPs
go public
are
domain then?
No, it wouldn't go public domain, but the IP intellectual properties will then be sold off to anybody that wants to basically pick the bones. And if you think that's going to be anybody that's going to make a good product with them, think again.
Yeah,
that's going to be the dredges of the industry just scavenging the bones. You actually have an entity with money, power, and experience that truly wants these items in their entirety.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, there's the underdog story, right? Of the independent film producer that's like, hey, I want to be able to get this and do something brand new with it. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen 9 times out of 10.
No, they don't. Nobody of that nature has the money to be able to to pick up any of these properties. They're worth too much. Even though WB is insolvent, almost insolvent, the IPs are not. Especially Potter, since HBO is doing the damn shows. Especially DC, even though, James Gunn's Superman done by James Gunn for James Gunn was not that great. They still have everything. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm curious to see how it all plays out. With that being said, we got some trailers to get into.
Let's do it.
And speaking of DC,
no, right off the bat.
Yep. Now, there are a lot of people talking shit that they didn't like the comic that they're basing this one off of. I've actually read it recently, and I didn't think it was half bad.
You managed to get most of it.
Yeah, I don't
on
have a frame of
paper
reference
this
for it.
time. Good job, buddy.
Okay, so before we get into the full thing, the comic he is basing this off of was a run of Supergirl called The Woman of Tomorrow.
Okay.
And in this storyline, this version of Supergirl, she not only witnesses the destruction of Krypton, but her father and their city is able to fly away from the destruction of Krypton, only to slowly get destroyed and died, to where not only does she go through watching the destruction of Krypton, she literally has to watch the death and bury everyone she's ever known prior to getting into a rocket and getting to Earth. So she is she flies to planets with red suns solely so she can get obliterated drunk, because she cannot deal with the amount of shit that she's seen and gone through. So she is literally a fucking wreck. The problem being, and you got a lot of people arguing about this, saying, oh, well, it was written by somebody else. It wasn't written by James Gunn. It's like, they don't seem to understand James Gunn is such an egotistical asshat that there's no way anything under his privy, even though this was maybe written, directed, produced by other people, that you and I both know egotistical people like that are not going to look at the script and be like, well, you need to change that. I'd rather it have that. You need to do that. Hence why even his goddamn scruffalufficus dog is in this goddamn thing again.
Yes. So that was the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh, there's the dog.
Hi, Cars-Orel. Hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet.
I remember though, Millie Alcock
babe, it's not
does look like her.
Especially
with that series of comics.
At least they didn't try to get
I didn't
the
know
outfit
he was still
movement
alive.
looking.
What was it like to lose
No,
everything
she
in
is wearing the outfit. And the one thing I'm looking really forward
Her friend
to,
didn't die in a day.
and we get like a quick
God,
second in this
yeah.
trailer of seeing him, Jason Momoa's Lobo.
Okay,
But
this
wasn't
does
he
not
Aquaman?
look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
The only problem I am having with the show so far is it literally is just like, could you try any harder to make this look like this should be like another spin-off of a Guardians movie?
What Superman like?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that same framing.
And I see the truth.
And the same stupid wannabe 50, I think I'm in. What I think is going to make or break this movie is going to be solely how well does she play somebody who is that broken.
Yeah, if she's just happy-go-lucky.
Oh yeah, if
it,
she's just being a party girl the whole time, that's not going to give any nuance to how damaged or why this person is literally going to other universes.
Do that storyline. It's got to be dark. I mean, like, it makes Batman look like he's cheerful, kind of dark.
Yeah. So I think it looks interesting. I know there's a lot of people that are already like taking a major piss on it, and it comes down to a lot of these people that I follow that I like watching, because I do like a lot of their takes, and a lot of them, especially when it comes to comic books, put my knowledge to fucking shame. But then again, a few of them own comic book stores, so yeah, your knowledge should be way more than mine if you had an unlimited source of references to catalog through for years.
It's like if you go to a library and the librarian's like, I don't know, look it up.
Yeah, exactly. They also are one of those that I think that they see the animosity that they've had towards everything and everything that comes out. And I think that kind of they've worked themselves into a bubble of what the expectations of their thought process on these things are. And I don't think they kind of like how Hassan has to be the piece of shit he is, or else his crowd will turn against him. They're kind of putting themselves into the same situation with their audience. Because I see them the same phrasings of certain things all the time, and there are a lot of things that they've said, what they've said that I've watched, and I've been like,
so like they've always got to be the critic and push up their glasses and be like, well,
which is why one of the people I watch a lot that I really like lately is Snarky J, because one, you're getting it from a female perspective, which you don't get a lot of in that sphere, and second, there are a lot of things where people like Drinker and Az and Nerdrotic and all these other people have torn it into asshole, that she'll sit there and say in the same line, yeah, I didn't care for it, but her reasoning makes more of a unobjectified stance. It's from a neutral
breaks it down a bit farther.
Yeah, well, it's from a neutral nuance. It's from a neutral standpoint, not a diehard fan that is, trying to find, the MCU and intersectional feminism hidden in everything.
Okay.
So, because, I do believe there's a lot of that out there, but I don't think it's in everything. And I don't think sometimes some of the shit people say they see is really there. I think it's kind of, you're set in your ways and you don't want to accept that there are other ways to display this outcome. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they love it so much that they can't see any kind of difference from it.
Yeah,
which I can understand that sentiment on some things, being a Star Wars diehard.
True. So the next trailer we're going to check out is, I think it might already be out in theaters or it's about to hit in theaters. And what caught my attention on this one is, one, it's created by Brian Fuller, who did Hannibal and Pushing Daisies. So already someone who has a really good way of doing dark humor and dark shit. And it stars Mads Mikkelsen, and I love this guy. This guy's a phenomenal fucking actor. He always takes on very weird fucking roles. And it is a movie, and like I said, it may already be out, called Dust Bunny.
Okay. Yeah, anytime you get Mads Mikkelsen in there, you're always like, oh, hey, I got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we've seen a trailer for this already?
We saw the teaser, not the trailer. And it's when we were doing that roundup of like 20 different little 10-second teasers that dropped that one time.
Think about monsters? Do they believe in them?
Did you know? Is that enough to kill a monster?
What makes you think I kill monsters?
You seem like you killed all the things.
You believe in monsters?
You're a monster. She believed in you.
A monster didn't need your parents. Those were men. They came to kill me. Why would a monster eat your family? You seen something you shouldn't have seen?
Right, I remember us talking about this because we didn't know where it was going.
I think you know.
You think you know?
Yeah, because the original trailer didn't show as much as this one is. Because this is the actual trailer, not the teaser.
Right.
Her being here won't stop them. They will go right through her. You seem triggered. You got the girl?
I got the girl.
Yeah, still, it's kind of hard to tell which direction it's going to go, but it looks good. I love the look of it, just the aesthetical look of how it's shot and the color, like the palette they use. It's really good.
It reminds me of, was that Bullet Train? With
yeah, you're right.
I'm pretty sure we made that statement last time too, but
probably. It's hard sometimes to remember some of the shit we've talked about. All right, so
my
next
memory is
one.
already bad.
So the next one we're getting into is a continuation in the 28 years later, but this one is of the breakout character that Ralph Fiennes played in it. This one is 28 years later, the Bone Temple.
Huh.
This is a memorial to the dead.
So, is this all you're doing?
It is.
Are you Old Nick?
Old Nick. You mean Satan?
Yes. Old Nick released his demons unto the world of man. And the world of man fell before the demons.
I remember details, events, and people. The world had an order.
What's your name?
Spike?
No. I think your name is Jimmy.
The foundations. They seemed unshakable. When the infected attack, what do they see? I believe the infection can be treated.
So far, this is looking a hell of a lot better than 28 years later was.
Yeah, no kidding.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not generally
That's-
the genre
wow.
I go for, but that was different.
Yeah. No, I'm actually really intrigued about that one now.
Add it to the whiteboard.
Yep. All right, now we got, let's see. Next one we got up is literally on the 10th. They dropped the official teaser trailer for the second season of The Last Airbender.
Oh, I have not seen this yet.
I haven't either. So basically all of these I intentionally, other than Dust Bunny, did not watch. And Supergirl, I tried not to watch, but everybody and their fucking brother was talking about it. It was kind of inevitable.
Everything is vibrating
Off.
Oh, shit.
all around us. The world is turning. There is a secret life beneath us. We're all connected through the earth.
Let's show her.
Come on, do it. Let's go.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Dude,
They're actually going to show us the way she gets healed. Oh, okay.
I'm not upset at all.
No, neither am I. All this is literally showing M. Night Shyamalan, you can suck it.
Yeah. This is showing us what we wanted from the beginning.
Wow. Okay, that was way better than I was expecting it to be. That kind of shocked me. I did not expect it to be that good.
Because this is supposed to be the Book of Earth.
Yeah, this is leading. Yeah, this is leading into that. Damn. And then showing, what was it?
No.
The Kiroshi Warriors?
The
one
it
with
started
the
with K. Kiyoshi.
Yeah, Kiyoshi Warriors. Yeah. Dude, they're just, what they really nailed is they did some really fucking perfect casting on that fucking thing.
Oh, they really did. But didn't we see some of the Kiyoshi Warriors at the last one?
Oh no, I'm actually gonna have to go back and watch the first season of
Yeah.
the last one again.
Dude, I can't wait
remember
to
all it
see
showed or
BSing
not.
say.
No shit. What I want to know is they have not showed us the photo yet, but I want to know, who do they pick to play Boomy?
Yeah. Dude, we're all gonna go crazy for the boulder.
You know who would be a perfect Boomy, in my opinion?
Who?
The one that did the voice for Master Oogway. David Park.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because he's the age Boomy would be. And his build is that of what Boomy's build. I mean, he's still alive, right?
I don't know. Check that out.
I think he still is.
Well, are we talking the decrepit look of Boomy, or are we talking like Jack Boomy?
Well, we wouldn't see the Jack till later, so this would be the decrepit. But if I'm not mistaken, the actor I'm thinking of, he's not unfit.
He's not Jack.
Let me see. Is he still alive? Yes, he's 82 years old. Randall Duck Kim. So I'm going to share this real quick.
Yeah, share that.
He is actually, and I got to keep it just my goddamn volume. Fucking Windows. Where'd it go? It is that one. Where is it? This is him recently. That's Boomy.
I could definitely see that.
Plus his voice. Think about his actual, not his Oogway voice, but his actual acting voice. Like,
well, he could get the tempo right.
Like right there. That would be a good Boomy.
Yeah.
I wonder if they, okay, here's the kicker. Let's see. I need to get out of here. I need to go Avatar Season 2. Let's see if he's even on the list yet. Cast. Let's go show more. Suka.
Yeah, see if they already oh, they already got somebody.
What? What? Oh. Really? Like, do I need to be the asshole that says it?
Yo, they got Ron Perlman as Sozin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So let's see right here. Here's what we got. You got. So that's Sokka, I guess. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's Sokka.
Sokka. Aang. Zuko.
Dude, that is a fat picture of Sokka.
Why do I think this is not correct?
I think this is the. I think that's
correct. I need to go to
might
IMDb.
be the original.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go to IMDb.
Yeah.
Because that
just
does
type
not.
in the live action.
Because that does not look right. All right. Let's go. Avatar. The Last Airbender.
Not Ferngully in space that was there.
Okay, there's that one. Where is season 2? All right, season 2. Where are you? I hate when they update and change shit. Photos. Okay, top cast. All right, now let's see. We're here so people can still see me. Writers, yada, yada, yada. Okay, Gordon Cormier, Aang, Kataro. Yeah, see, Ian Sully, Ahsoka. So that list, I don't know what the fuck that was. Brent Zuko, Iroh, Ozai. Yeah, Daniel Day Kim was a perfect fucking pick.
Oh, yeah, he did that great.
Appa, Zhao, Lee.
King Boomy.
All right. I'm going to
what?
open in new tab. Who is this? Wait, what? Okay.
Or is he supposed to be young Boomy when he does the flashbacks with Aang?
Maybe young, but either way, he is actually a very underrated actor. I've seen him do different things. This guy is he's a good-ish pick for Boomy solely because he how to put it, let me bring that other page back up. He is good at being very animated, like Jim Carrey style animated.
Okay.
Boomy is very animated and slapstick, and well, he's fucking crazy, but so yeah, maybe they're gonna do physical makeup to age him up, which would be easier to make a ripped, older looking dude aged up than find an old dude that's actually ripped or CGI rippedness.
Yeah, because the ones that would be are all dead now.
Yeah. But I don't see.
And you're not going to
Ron
put someone
Perlman
like
on this
Jackie
list.
Chan in here who's sucking the CCP's cock.
Yeah, well, there's a big history to Jackie Chan's. I have a little bit of leeway with Jackie Chan just because of the amount of shit the poor man's been through. If you ever want a depressing dive, research into his son. I went down that rabbit hole when I realized everything that happened. It's amazing that man even continued existing. He went through a lot of shit no parent should ever have to go through. Yeah, I don't know what that other list was, but yeah, Ron Perlman ain't on this one at all.
I was about to say, like, that would have been interesting, but I don't think he had the build for it.
Maybe not interesting in a good goddamn Windows. Good fucking audio.
Granted, I like Ron Perlman in general, so that's why I was intrigued. But
well, yeah,
I don't think it's the right pick.
I found out something the other day I did not realize.
Yeah.
Do you know who did the voice and still does the voice of Mr. Krabby Patties in SpongeBob SquarePants?
No.
It has, from now till inevitable, basically from the beginning of the show till now, and all the games, that's Clancy Brown.
Huh.
That's the Kurgan from Highlander.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. I was watching like a thing on Clancy Brown about how he does great as villains, and then it went into the history of all this voiceover shit he's done, and that shows most kids would know him as Mr. Krabby Patty. I was like, wait a minute, how the fuck did I not catch on that was Clancy Brown? Because he has a very, very distinct fucking voice. All right, we're going to hop into our final trailer for the night.
Oh, this one I have seen.
Street Fighter.
I have seen this
I've seen it too, and I still don't know what. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how to take it. There are parts of it that I'm like, okay, I will hand them credit. They look like every one of the fucking people they're supposed to look like.
They do.
Like scaringly really good. The sets and everything give you the feel of the, like you can literally see several of those scenes of, I know that arena. I know that from the games. The car fucking hood blowing up when you throw the, all of that shit. It is very, on the spot to let's please the fans, let's give people the look, the feel, the vibe they want. The downside I have to it is at the same time, some of that is giving a very scary, uncanny valley to me.
Okay.
Like I want them to look like their characters, but at the same time, it looks so much like their characters. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, is this an AI fanfic?
Yeah. So on a scale of like not to cats, what are we looking at?
Right now, because it's just given us this quick excerpt, it's in the middle. It can teeter very quickly to cats if not careful. It can go from spot on look to campus fuck real quick.
Okay. Now they brought out the whole cast, or at least the stars of
dude,
the
they
cast.
got some heavy fucking hitters in there. I was shocked. I was shocked. I had not heard jack shit about this.
Dude, I was surprised that Jason Momoa is in it.
Dude, I think the guy will literally. What did I do with my phone?
Yeah, you're right. He probably is just going to go for anything.
He'll do a paycheck for anything right now, honestly, I think. So there was one thing else that I popped up on my feed the other day that I didn't get a chance to pop up a picture. Let me find it here real quick. So you had made a mentioning about something in one of our private chats of us just shooting the shit after the show.
Uh-huh.
And I have to apologize to you because it ended up being confirmed and true as of yesterday.
Okay.
And here is the photo to prove it. Sylvester Stallone confirms Demolition Man 2 reuniting Sandra Bullock and Wesley Snipes for a futuristic sequel showdown. It's actually happening. Wow. I don't know how I feel about this, because is it literally just Snipes' douche character gets unfrozen and wreaks hell again? We're really... It can go from something great and not nostalgia based, or it can go nostalgia bait and literally we're just rehashing the same story over again. That's my fear of this.
You mean like the Expendables when they came out with their remakes? It was nostalgia bait.
Yeah, but each of those had an independent story, and none of the characters they were playing were 100 reminiscent of characters they'd ever.
Don't get me wrong, I still liked it, but I felt like.
But you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Each movie had a significantly different storyline. And each of the characters, other than the main characters, like Van Damme's character, you cannot put to any other Van Damme character. Right. Mel Gibson's character, you cannot put to any other Mel Gibson character. Like, they were standalones. It was just the ethos of getting everybody together.
Well, those shows were standalone as well. Like each one, didn't really have anything to do with the one before it.
Yeah. So this is just one of those that's like, you're going to have to take a big twist in the story to not really just be making a rehash of what we already saw in the first.
Yeah.
And the problem too is a lot of the humor they had in the first isn't going to hold relevance now, because sadly some of the shit they showed became reality. Like the whole fall of most of the older, like the fast food humor on the fast food, like Taco Bell and some of the other shit. It's like we've jumped leaps and bounds in technology. As some of the technology they showed now would, we already got shit that's better.
Yeah, we got things better.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting how they do it.
But also on the other side, we've got a lot of things that are still worse.
Yeah. That's always going to be that way, sadly.
Yeah. Damn it, where's my flying car?
You see people drive on 410. Do you really want them in the air? Think about that for a second. Unless you make it completely to where they have no functional control of it at all. You literally have dumbasses doing, pushing it past the Mach boundary it can't do and smacking into somebody else.
Come on, the first thing they're going to do is try to lift it. put a lift kit on whatever the fuck it is.
I just want my fucking hoverboard. That's all I want. From Back to the Future, I want my fucking hoverboard. I've wanted my hoverboard for 35 fucking years. Give me my fucking hoverboard.
Just for you to step on it and it go woo, and you go wah.
No, because the way you attach those, you're stuck to them. Remember?
That's
Only
right,
the
yeah.
little pink one he had, the cheap one has strap. Biff's,
Yep.
you were mag-locked to the thing.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And I'd rather have Biff's. That, Biff June, whatever the fuck his name was. His was better.
It was.
You didn't have to scoot it. You just hit the jets and went off. So out of those, I think, yeah, Street Fighter, it's going to take until we see more about it. But I'm hesitant on it. That's also because I lived through the first generation of a Street Fighter movie, and that thing, the only redeeming factor about that movie was it was Raul Julia's last role, and he played a perfect fucking Bison. Like, he stole the whole fucking movie because the rest of the movie was dog shit.
I wasn't really one for the whole Street Fighter game and the movies and all that, so I don't get the background lore and everything else because it just wasn't my bag.
There's a lot of lore into it, and all these people that don't know anything about it, they're going to be like, why didn't they show more of Guile? It's like, Guile's not the main character in Street Fighter, it's Ryu. But there's a big lore about it. Honestly, the movie I wanted to see remade because the original one was horrible. One game series that has a hell of a mythos around it is Tekken.
Okay.
And the original movie was dog shit. Now, if they went back and redid Tekken, actually, Tekken, as good as even Street Fighter, as elaborate as their stories are, they'd make better series than they would movies. Hell, Mortal Kombat would have made an amazing series. You could have done a whole damn season of just Scorpion's story. But they always want to do movies for some fucked up reason. And now, even when they do
they see the big price tag, they see the big return, and they're like, "That's what I want to do."
Well, even when they don't, I don't understand the philosophy of how they make shit now. Why the fuck does it take 2 years to do 8 fucking episodes? Shows before used to do 24 and only take a 6-month fucking break.
Yeah. I mean,
I was watching a show where they were talking about
anime
that,
studios.
Well, a lot of it comes down to that. I was watching a show where they were talking about that these younger fucking actors are bitching and whining about how stressful and hard it was to film the one season of 8 episodes. It's like, cry me a fucking river, you little brats.
I mean, take the anime studios, for example. They are pumping those out like on the 10-week mark.
Well,
it's
not
like,
only that,
all right,
you
cool,
want
10 weeks. Like it takes them like 2-3 weeks to do their whole season. They're on to the next one. There's like barely any
I
break.
got that beat. I got you a series of shows that have been running for 40 fucking years and never take a break. They're called soap operas.
Yeah, okay.
Those motherfuckers are working nonstop. It ain't great, but they're still, you want to talk about some people that put in some work. They're filming episodes all the fucking time. And always have. I mean, how many times can Jed die and come out of coma and be rebirthed again with no memory? People still fucking watch those dumb fucking things.
I could not understand those. Mainly because they're in Spanish and I don't know that, right? But
well, those are telenovelas.
Yeah, well, I thought that's.
I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about the American ones.
The
They're
true
still
soap
running.
operas. Okay, yeah,
yeah. Freaking! If I'm not mistaken, I think at least one of them's still running. It's either I think it's Days of Our Lives, because they were like at one time there were 7 major ones and they were on every day.
Yeah,
like Monday was one, Tuesday was another one. Like every day of the week, it was a different one, and they were running all the fucking time. Like I think the only time they took a break was I think maybe a 2-month during the summer. One of the seasons they took a respite, and then they'd come back. Because basically the episode you were watching was filmed like 2 weeks ago. That's how their process worked. Hell, fucking Dean Winchester, Jason Ankles.
Okay.
He got his start on, I think it was either Days of Our Lives or General Hospital. That was the first role he ever played.
I feel like it was General Hospital.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was General Hospital. To me sounds like that's the correct one. So, oh man. Well, I think it's a good wrapping up point, especially considering that my mouse is giving me the blinking red of death. You need to charge me. So,
hey, we almost made it 3 hours with us.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, especially considering that like a lot of it was fly off the cusp because hell, the whole tech section, everything, the Shark had all of the notes on that. So, but it was fun. Hopefully we'll get the whole panel eventually. I mean, we need to get on James's ass to actually.
We just need to kidnap him and like shove him in one of our studios here and just be like,
shit.
all right, just set up the second mic and fucking go with it.
I'm just hoping Shark gets back up and running. I'm hoping that is not a we need to rebuild the rig type situation.
Yeah.
Because if that is, fuck, that's not going to be fun. That was I did great on that build, but that was one tiny little motherfucker to build in. That was almost as pain in the ass as that thing.
Dude, we could meme them and be like, "Hey, we got you something," and just show up with the steam machine that I ended up doing. Dude, just watch them go ballistic about it.
I'd wait on that one, man. I feel bad for him,
I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to shoot you a pic of what I built right in here. I did the whole pro streamer thing from Maker's World. And I've got it all set up now to where I got the two Stream Decks vertical right here. I've got a phone holder with multi-USB charger. I've got the Elgato XLR, the shit gunner, the Stream Deck, a hub that we made that has multiple USB ports and micro SD slots that goes to streaming rig, so I don't have to plug shit directly into it. Then I've got a space over here that is going to house two of the new 8-inch slim monitors from Lee & Lee. One's going to be plugged to the streaming rig, run to the gaming, so I could run all of the temperature stats on those. And then next to that, I've got a dual plug hub that has USB hubs that's going to go to each of the systems.
Nice. I don't know. I'll have to give your guy a call when it's time to update my computer, because I built it from scratch, but it's just like over the past 15, 16 years, it's like, oh, I go update this, I update that. Okay, I got to do the motherboard. And it's like the same system, but not. And it's like, at some point, I just need to kind of start over, go with the cleaner new technology.
Yeah, and see, that's why we held off for so long doing this one, because I was contemplating, should we just up it to an AM5 board? But then the prices on the RAM shot up and AM5 stuff shot up, and I'm just like, I don't yet see the gain potential to what I already have. Yeah, on Star Citizen, a few games, I'm still going to be CPU bound. But I still see people using AM5 that get CPU bound. So
yeah,
if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But right now, the way he retweaked it, the way we reset it up, that card, the GPU is now finally running at its optimal point. So I should be able to, if I wanted to, plug in all 4 plugs, 4 different monitors running 4K, and that fucker will push it.
Nice.
Before, the drivers were fucked is what the issue was. So that card wasn't even operating at 50% of what it could do. That's why I was bogging down on everything. The CPU was trying to take the load because the card was not doing what it was supposed to. So,
no.
But
we'll get playing some games here. We'll get some more people here into the Discord. We'll play games. We'll do some of that Star Citizen VR. It'll be a good time.
Yep. My next mission right now is to figure out why the fuck, and let's see if it changed again, why the fuck Windows wants to keep adjusting my mic volume for me. So that's what I'm going to deep dive on. So thank you, everybody, for hopping in. Like I said, we'll hopefully get we'd love to try to get the full panel, but life just keeps happening with people. We're glad you joined in. Again, until we see you next time in 2 weeks, stay heavily caffeinated and opinionated. You take care of yourselves. We'll see you then. Take care.